Time's up. Admiral.
Here it comes.
Dude, that's like a test of strength. That's not gay. That's like I'm gonna grip you. I'm gonna grip you harder than you grip me.
Adam, you being Worf is cultural appropriation. I won't.
Cultural appropriate my dick. I don't care. I will have earned my riches and my surly attitude by the time we get there.
If I were going to culturally appropriate your dick, you'd have to go get that surgery to get.
Good lord, here we go.
Yeah.
I am dumping unlimited power into you. I wonder what the championship belt would look like. Just like a big ass.
This would be my penis wrapped around their waist.
That is just.
Oh God,
those eyes, dude. Those eyes, man. Those eyes.
Pretty eyes.
I'm not looking at them eyes right now. You know what?
I know, but she is a total package. She is a total package.
I usually think Ryan. I usually think Ryan is very cringe when he says this, but she can shit in my mouth.
Whoa, Dermy!
Why do you have to ruin
What
this?
the fuck?
Why
Ryan says that shit. Fuck. Ryan says this shit.
If Ryan jumped off a bridge, would you jump off a bridge?
But you just
for her, yeah.
Would. Here we are worshiping this beautiful woman, and you're talking about German shit eating. I mean, come on.
Listen. I will drag my ball sack.
No. Listen.
100 miles worth
me.
of
Shut the fuck up.
Broken glass, salt, and lemon juice just to smell her farts.
We're not on your goddamn stream. We're on Adam's stream. We're
wow,
supposed to respect the man's house. You don't take shit in his goddamn fridge.
He is precious, isn't he?
He's damaged. That's what the hell he is.
Yes, he is. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Mellow Mondays, where we just try to have a good time, talk about some stuff, hopefully nerd out about things. I actually got a nerd fight out of Roundtable yesterday because Jed didn't like Gennady Tartakovsky's 2003 Clone Wars cartoon series. He didn't like it, and of course, it broke my heart. And then I said it to Dre, and him and Dre went at it for 5 minutes over it. So, you never know what we're all gonna be special about, but we love everybody anyway, and we hope you guys are here to have a good time. And I think we've got some good stuff tonight. And happy Memorial Day, everybody. Sending those thoughts to those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice so that we can uphold the values that we all believe in. And if you've had a good day, I hope you had a good day. I admit that I got up early because I had to help out my mom with something, and then I came back home and I fell asleep for most of the afternoon because it just happened. I wanted to sleep more. But then there's going to be something I want to talk about. But first, Samuel, hi. You're here because it's a holiday. How are you doing?
I am. It's a federal holiday, which means I don't have to work today. So there's that. But yeah, happy Memorial Day. Shout out to all our service members, wherever they be worldwide. Thank you all. And also, I was going to say you guys are lucky I showed up at all because Static tried to poach me for Bloodbath tonight. So.
Oh, damn you, Static. Static knows damn well I have a very small pool with which to operate this show with. And Devil's gonna be taking a break, guys, but we're still happy to have him here for this last show for a bit. Devil, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Kind of nervous about it,
Mental health is important. Sometimes you gotta unplug from our bullshit for a little while. It's okay.
It's mostly Dermy.
Yeah. No, I'm doing it for a lot of reasons. Not necessarily mental health, just trying to get everything in order. trying, I'm gonna come back and hopefully be on camera all the time. Hopefully change my whole setup in here around so it looks a little more professional.
Because I look so professional.
Well, at least you don't have just a blank wall behind you. Like, I look like I'm being held captive by ISIS.
Adam's setup looks pretty typical for a YouTuber, except he's got grandma's shaded lamp in the corner there.
Hey, that's a very nice lampshade. Okay,
that's vintage.
It's a nice lampshade.
I'm sure it is.
I spent $30 on that lampshade. Okay.
It's the thing in your room that's been there for 80 years. It's like it has like the spirit of the lady that died in the apartment before it.
Oh man.
No, I just go ahead.
No, I have no joke. I have nothing for that.
I just, like I said, you guys, it's not that big a deal. People aren't even gonna miss me. Just like I said.
Oh, we're gonna miss you. Don't be like that.
No, I just I think at first they'll be like, "Oh, poor Devil's not here," but then like things will go on normal. I mean,
you realize
I don't
it's gonna
think
happen.
I'm a big enough part of anything to
Dude,
derail anything.
You're essentially my co-pilot on this show. Do you know what's gonna happen? Dermy's gonna come and be like, "I'm gonna take Devil. Let's play." Somebody like, "No, don't do it."
You're gonna be like, Devil, you need to come back. Dermy's showing up way too much.
I already stream with him twice a week now. This week is 3 times this week. I got to stream with Dermy 3 times this week, and on Thursday it's just me and him. Oh, see,
Hey, gal.
Oh, I'm not being a fucking woman. I just don't think I'm that big of a fucking part of this.
But dude, we love you. You're
I do
fun.
3 streams a week
Like,
with you, dude. But
I just don't think.
Stop downplaying your importance. We like you around here. We enjoy you. No, but anyway, either way, you do what you got to do, and when you come back, you'll be fresh, be ready, and we'll still be here. We'll still be all be here waiting for you to come back, and you just plug yourself right back, and it'll be cool. Now, in light of that, though, because Devil is the kind of mainstay as one of my co-hosts here, starting next week for a period of time unless somebody else steps in, I am going to be starting the show a little bit later next week so that Samuel can come in sooner. Because let's be honest, I don't think I could hold this particular stream down by myself for an hour and a half. I just don't. I have hard enough time doing it on Wednesdays. It's just me. So we will be starting later next week. But either way, and if you're coming right now, hey, everybody coming in. I got a poll up. I got a poll up. I'm tinkering with the idea of doing a 24-hour stream. Not immediately, but in the near future. Because as Dermy keeps telling me, I need to grift a little harder. And he is maybe right about that. I need a computer fund. I got to start a computer fund because the old girl, things are getting, the apps, the games, everything, it's getting a lot more powerful. And I got to start saving. And if you guys want to help to support me in that fashion, dedicate a donation, say this is for the computer fund, and it would go in the computer fund and go to nothing else. Not a game, not anything else, just the computer fund. And it would be that. So I'm thinking about doing that. And like a 24-hour stream would be something just for that. Like, let's get the computer fund going. Not unlike when people are raising money to go to meetups, stuff like that. Now, I can't legitimately say I'm raising money to go to a meetup because then that's just there and gone. But the computer, it actually helps with me on YouTube. It helps with a lot of other things. It's a workable source for all my life's endeavors. So putting it out there. Get us on. So vote on that. The poll's going to run all night. I'll end it tonight, and you guys get to influence it. And I'll say this, Legatus, you are not expected to be there the entire time, so don't worry about that.
Gal,
anyway.
Adam has it pull up. You would focus on that part.
I mean, isn't he always?
Hey, listen, you can't see what's going on down here behind the camera. Okay, all right. Sometimes, all right, I'm going to stop right there. Anyway, we are gonna have a good time tonight.
Is that why the camera angle's so high?
No, it's high because you don't need to see my floor, stuff, and it's like this, and stop picking on me.
She started picking on me right off the bat.
Everybody's picking on me anyway. No, it's all right, guys. I want to bring this up though. Little warm-up topic, and I think it kind of fits in with sort of the way we go through this, a random nerd topic. So, like I said, I took a nap this afternoon when I got home, and I want to talk about dreams for a little bit. And I've always kind of believed that dreams are more than just our subconscious working through our own problems or stuff like that. I have been a believer for a long time, ever since I was in 8th grade. And back then, there was this thing called Saturday morning cartoons. Some of us aren't remember that because we're old. And there were new episodes every Saturday morning, not reruns, and they were on network television, so they were right there, easy access morning. And you guys remember Garfield and Friends, right?
Yeah.
When it was,
it
was a great show. Yeah. So I always hated U.S. Acres. I never liked U.S. Acres. I thought it was the unfunny part, but I still watched it because it was there. Now, this was the middle of the season. We're well into it, and I would watch it. But the week before, or leading up to an episode that week, I had a dream of a specific exchange between Orson and I think it was Booker. And I watched it in my dream, and I woke up like, oh, okay, it's just a dream. And then that Saturday, that exact scene happened. And
yeah, that's called precognition. Sometimes it's referred to as deja vu by the uninitiated.
Yeah, but deja vu is usually that splits. I mean, people try and explain deja vu with that split second between the
deja vu is a different thing,
perception.
But a lot of people get the two things confused.
Yeah. But I had this days before. The dream I'd had it days before. It was like on a Wednesday or some shit like that when I was 13 years old, and then I was like, wait a minute, I've seen this scene before because I remember thinking about it days ago. So boom. So ever since then, I've been a believer that when that dreams are more than that, and also that it kind of does in some way connect to maybe the unconscious connection of humanity. And because there's no way, and I'm a vivid dreamer. It's real, it's there, it's tangible. And as creative as my mind is, there's no way in my belief that I can create the many different faces and people that I see in my dreams that I've never seen before. There's no way I'm that good in terms of just cobbling together features and stuff like that. So I believe this stuff. And sometimes I think that people have come across in my dreams that there's a chance, especially if I've had and I'm keeping it clean here. I'm not talking wham bam thank you ma'am experiences and dreams. I'm talking like encounters and situations that seem real. I'm not talking about that. That's a separate situation. I'm talking about.
Yeah, I was laughing about something totally different.
Yeah, no, you weren't. But what I like, perfect example to zone in this. Like today, I had a particular dream. Now, normally, a particular reoccurring dream that I have is I'm here in my apartment, and people are coming into the apartment uninvited, or usually it's just people, workmen, stuff like that. And I have a thing about people invading my space, especially because I have a no shoes rule policy in my house. I'm very Japanese that way. You take your shoes off at the door. You don't step in that area. You step right on the carpet because I don't like to gonk up the carpet with shoes, stuff like that. And I always freak out in my dreams when people are coming in and tramping all over thing. And all I can think about in the dream is, oh my God, now I got to clean the carpet. Or I go into my OCD mode over that shit. And I was having a dream this afternoon about I had a gathering of people in the apartment for some reason. People I don't know. I don't know these people. It began with all of us here, literally in this stream and other stream on a Discord stream and all chatting and making fun of Dermy and shit like that. But then suddenly the dream shifted and there was a gathering of people in the house. And I wasn't freaking out because I was actually engaged with them, and I was engaged with one particularly pretty girl. And I felt that connection, and I woke up thinking, the dream was ending, and I was having a conversation with her, and I was almost at the point where I was going to get her name and her phone number so that I could get in touch with her. But then the jackass lives above me started doing wham, slam, cranking, smashing things and woke me up. And it's been on my mind all day. Is I almost had this girl's name, I almost had her phone number, and I was ready to kind of, imprint that shit, and I was gonna just file it away in the back log of my memories and write it down and see if I ever come across this person. But now all I have is a facial image, an image of her face. Facial image, that came out way wrong. An image of her face, which it looks like tattooed on my partially photographic memory.
Facial image sounds like something from a serial killer. I'm just
know.
saying.
I was going the other direction. But you understand what I'm saying? Part of me wants to believe that I'm going to encounter this person and I'm meant to maybe not be with her or anything, but at least strike up some important interaction with her. But now it's a little bit harder because I didn't get the name or the phone number in that last moment. But so I want your thoughts on this type of thing. And Samuel, I know you're really into this kind of stuff. So what are your thoughts on what I'm saying here?
It's less into and more part of my religious practice, but it's just one of those things like, if we're going to achieve any kind of greater understanding of the universe that we live in, then we have to actually be, somewhat, I don't educated is the wrong word, but we'll go with that
open
for now. To all kinds of different disciplines and that sort of thing. And dreams is a big one. This is one of the few places where, like paganism crosses over with psychology. For example, there are some so different kinds of dreams are different things. I'm going to ask you a question first, Adam. Do you always remember your dreams because of you got your
pretty much
memory?
If it's a lucid dream and it's interaction, yeah, I do, because I draw a lot of inspiration for writing ideas from my dreams. Sometimes, sometimes they're crazy action dreams where it's sci-fi fantasy and I'm doing all kinds of weird shit, and that's pure balls to the walls insanity. But reality dreams, yeah, I remember a lot of stuff. I do. Yeah, they just stay with me. If it's a lucid dream, like what I had this afternoon, where I was completely into it, and I've also had chain dreaming where I would start a dream one night, I'll wake up, roll over, or wake up, take a pee, get back in, and go right back into where I was in the dream.
Yeah, you franchised it.
Going. Yeah, no, I've had incredible series dreams like that. Those are the fun ones, man. Because go ahead.
For my part, I don't know about you, Devil, but I don't remember probably 99.999 ad infinitum of my dreams, and it's probably for the best because since I was young, most of the dreams that I do remember are not good.
I've died in every way single possible in a dream.
Yeah, worlds die in my dreams.
Well, you aren't.
I've actually, I'm the same way as Adam. I have very vivid dreams. I've been able to go back into dreams after waking up. I've had lucid dreams where I've actually been able to interact, all that stuff. I think if you have a good imagination, that kind of just goes with it. Dreams kind of work with it.
Yeah. Quick question before you go. If you're in a lucid dream like that, what is the first thing you always do if you're in a lucid dream like that? Because I always try to fly.
Me too.
First thing I do.
That's fucking creepy.
It's flying time. It's flying time.
I've only had it twice, but both times I've when I'm aware and I become aware that I'm actually in a dream. Yeah, I do try to fucking fly. That's weird.
Damn straight.
But I also actually the main story I've been working on for a long time, kind of keeping in my head because I can't write worth of shit, so it's all up in my head. Actually, that is a massive part of it is dreams and them fading and what it is. It's actually integral to the story of why the main protagonist has memory loss is because of dreams and how they interact with your mind. I'll have to tell you guys sometime about it. Yeah, I'm the same way as you were saying, Sam, is after about an hour of being awake, about 70% of the dream has faded away, but there's always that little remnant of something that really stood out to you that's still there. But yeah.
Go ahead, Sam. Go ahead.
So the thing I was getting at with like different dreams or different things is that in the vast majority of cases for most people, the nightly dreams that you have is really just your subconscious putting order to the events of that day, and that's just a fact. It's like anything that you encounter in those dreams is usually some variation or perversion. I use that word very loosely here because I don't mean in a sixth sense. I just mean like it's like a spin on a topic kind of thing.
And it's usually easy to identify. Okay, I understand what that dream was about because I can identify those types of dreams instantly. It's like, yeah, okay, I was stressing out about this particular thing, and this is how it manifested.
So you also get these dreams that aren't necessarily about anything that you may have encountered. They're more about you trying to process something that you're going through internally as well. And those are relatively common, not quite as common as the, get your shit together for the day kind of thing. Periodically, everybody on earth, I believe, has these. Most people don't remember them. What you're talking about is a form of precognition. And the reason that I think that that's a thing, I agree with you on that. I do believe in that. Is that I don't think that time is a river. I think time is a wheel. And I think that there's some part of us that is tapped into that when we sleep. And so you may be encountering something down the road in your dream. And for reference, I will have these dreams that I don't remember at all, right? I have the dreams, I wake up, I go about my life. 2, 3, 4 years down the road, the events that happened in that dream happen to me, and then I remember the dream. And usually there's just like 1 or 2 details that are different. Kind of shit. And this has been a recurring theme throughout my life. So yeah, and like how much do you guys know about out of body experiences and astral travel and that kind of thing?
I can admit that I suffer from that thing where sometimes right before you wake up, I go into sleep paralysis, and it's usually because my nose gets all stuffed up and I've like gotten myself in a weird position and my airway gets cut off. But I've always, back when I was younger and it happened, I always got the feeling that there were other things around me and wishing me harm in that situation. And I always panic in that moment, and it's always a freak out. But I hear things that aren't really there, but I'm partially awake yet still within the dreamscape, I guess. And so I believe that I'm in that in between state where consciousness is in another place from my physical body, which is why I'm perceiving things like that shadowy creature that's kind of just outside my peripheral vision. I can't quite see it. I can feel them behind me. I can hear them behind me. And I realize that if I don't wake myself up, I feel like I'm in danger. So I believe in that kind of shit.
Okay. So my people do it on purpose. Like we put ourselves into these states of I guess
you're cutting out a little bit, Samuel. We're missing a couple words.
Like is probably
you're cutting out. Start again. I missed.
How's this? How's this?
There you go. You're better. Okay, that's better.
All right. So there's a for lack of a better term, trance state that you can put yourself in that will allow you to achieve similar things without actually ever crossing a threshold into sleep. Right. So like I could, again, this is dumbed down, but step outside of myself and go like floating around and shit and like, look at other things and do other things and that kind of thing. Or maybe even step sideways into another plane of existence, like the astral plane or something like that. None of that is smart, but it is all possible. And it is connected to the same kind of psychic muscles that control our dreams.
I've seen shit and been away from you, like in that same place where I had the precog dream about Garfield and Friends. One night in that same room, because I was living, we were living in a house in Fairhaven, New Jersey. It was a rental. The last year I was in Jersey, and one night I was just like barely awake, and I swore in the doorway of the room there was a boy in ghostly form, like gesticulating at me. And I reached over and turned on the light. I was awake because I reached over and turned on the light, and then he disappeared. I wasn't asleep. I was awake. And I've had other experiences like that. Like, and I swear that when my maternal grandmother passed away, she passed away when I was 9. Years and years later, I swear she visited me in a dream, and it was her. and just bringing all kinds of peace and happiness and good feelings to me in the dream. And I woke remembering and thinking, I remember to say, I can picture it right now. I can picture the dream right now. And it was nothing but peaceful and pleasant. And I'm a firm believer that there are those other things. I believe in the supernatural type of stuff. I've always believed in it. And so I could buy into any of this stuff. I buy into it.
Yeah, and not everybody does, and some people have a real hard time connecting with that, which also makes belief in it very difficult for a lot of people. Which I get, I do. I just I don't think that that all of existence is limited to what the five basic senses of the physical form. I think that if I were, say, a creator, and I created a place and I filled it with these mortal things. I wouldn't limit it to that. That seems kind of boring and basic to me. So I just
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I believe in there being something more to like ghosts. I believe there could be ghosts. There's no, it hasn't been disproven or anything, so I'm fine with believing in it. I think that people also have to consider that sometimes it is just that weird shadow on the wall. When I first moved in where I'm at now, I remember coming out of the bathroom one night and I heard something behind me, and it kind of startled me. And then the next night happened again, and I was all like, okay, so I figured out it was just a board. I stepped on a board, and when you step on the board a certain way, it creaks, and this other board creaks that comes from a different direction, and it just sounds weird echoing off the wall. So while I do think there could be more to spirits and all that stuff, I think a lot of times, because you'll hear some people that will be like, oh my god, I've seen so many ghosts, and all, you're all like, yeah, okay.
I can count on one hand the amount of times I think I've seen something. But I understand there is the line between thinking it's everywhere and just saying, I believe that there's something out there. That there's more to it than just crude flesh.
Yeah, the fact of the matter is it is everywhere. I'm a subscriber to a kind of multiversal theory, but not in the same sense as the MCU, where like each parallel world is just mildly deviated from where we are, kind of thing. I don't think that at all, but I do believe that there are multiple worlds, most of which are probably nothing like ours, kind of thing. And there are places where the barriers between them get thin, where it crosses over a little bit. And so like when you're talking about you're awake, right? But you're not like totally up for the day, and you see this kid, right? This kind of spectral kid, right? What I'm thinking there is that part of you was still tapped into the dream, which is allowing you to see something that perhaps probably is there. But once you're fully awake and you shut that part of your brain off for the day, right? You no longer have the access to that kind of awareness, rather. But Devil's also right. There are a large number of things that can easily be explained by the mundane.
Yeah.
What if you actually seen her, Adam?
I see what Gal put in. Yeah. I can guarantee I've never actually met the person. I mean, maybe at a glance. I mean, I've been a lot of places, but I mean, I was literally. She was this far away in the final moments of the conversation I had with the dream. She was this far away. We were in the front hall of my apartment here, and we were very close. And her voice was distinct. It's not a voice I've ever heard. And I can remember the detail of her eyes. Short blonde hair, light blonde hair, blue eyes, kind of a. I could if I had artistic talent, I could draw her. But I don't have that kind of talent. My talent is in words, not art. But it's a possibility. I mean, I'm not gonna. I being that close, like I said before, as good as I am with my creativity and ability to create characters and this and that, I always find it hard to believe when I have the dreams filled with dozens, hundreds of people in the dream that I've randomly compiled that many facial features just to be a part of my dream. I have a hard time believing that I'm that good in terms of creation, image wise. So Yeah, because there are other times where I feel like I've crossed paths with a woman or women that could have been important in my life that I don't remember what they looked like. It was kind of just they were there. She was a part of the dream, and it was literally events that were not their part of life. Like I've had dreams where I've had full families, and obviously I don't have a family. I am a single man right now. So, and I have not had that kind of encounter in enough time where progeny could have been produced. So that kind of thing I can push aside as, okay, that's a what if thing. But this was literally the one I had today was literally an in the moment thing. It was right here happening. It was right there. And it got me thinking about this. And it's been just jumping around in my head all day. I mean, but Gout might be right. I might have seen somebody like this and it might have tattooed itself in my brain. But then again, I try not to look at people too much these days when I'm doing stuff, because sometimes you don't want to make eye contact with the weirdos out there today. And then again, I live in an area where there's a lot of ugly people, and this was a beautiful woman. This was a pretty girl. So
she would have been out of place. You'd have remembered her.
Yes, I would have remembered her. And she was dressed. She wasn't dressed like a slut. She had nice clothes on, a nice short dress, like not a mini skirt, but like a nice dress, a nice shirt. She had a nice jacket on. Yes, it wasn't weather appropriate because it's freaking 80 degrees here right now. But she was dressed nicely, proper. She wasn't a slut. And half the girls that are somewhat attractive around here, they're all dressed like goddamn sluts. So that's a different part of my brain that catalogs them away for the other type of dream. So
I love that. I love that. Adam's mom probably comes in and says, "Adam, when are you gonna go out and find a nice girl and make me some grandkids?" And he goes, "Why do you have to move us to the ugly area?"
I moved us here to this region of the place. It's my fault that I live here and my mom lives near me. It's her fault. It's my fault, not hers. No, listen, I've gotten you'll meet a nice Jewish girl at some point. And then I just say, at this point, I'm not keeping it that narrow a selection base, Mom. At this point, I have hopes to one day give you those grandchildren, but I'm not going to limit myself just to that at this point in my life. Running out of time. I'm getting old. But
yeah, you are.
Yeah, I know. I really don't like to think about that because I do want a family. I don't want to spend my life as just me. I do want that. Unlike a lot of men my age or people like that, I want that. I actually do want that. I just my life choices has not put me in a place where I'm either the selection is well, or I'm in a situation where I can meet people, or two, obviously, I'm not financially stable right now. I have a lot of issues financially. So, I mean, while I may be the good-looking catch, I am not the best catch in terms of that. So I don't have a lot to offer somebody in terms of that kind of stability. So, I'm well aware of my own problems in life that I am not in a position where I have a family or I've had a chance to have a family. But, I accept that, and I don't blame I blame some people, but I mostly know where my own blame resides in that. That's sad. I don't want to talk about sad.
No. It's possible though that maybe you glanced at somebody for a second somewhere in the past, and maybe you ran into somebody on a subway or something. It's one of those things. Like maybe the image of a person was registered, but you didn't put any thought to it at the time.
Yeah, maybe it's a distinct possibility, considering I have partial photographic memory, and people want to say eidetic, but it's not quite that. But I don't disregard it, but I want to believe that there are things out there that I'm touching on, that opportunities are there, and that I'm being made aware of the possibilities. That there's something going on that it's like, hey, you're aware of this now. If you see it, jump on it because it's something important. So it's just my thoughts, and I thought it'd be an interesting way to start today's show, delving into something like that, because we don't very often come across general topics that lead us in that direction. So it was an interesting one, especially because today was a lazy day for a lot of people, and I'm sure I wasn't the only person around the country taking a nap at 1 p.m. So
yeah.
No,
this kind of topic's a good one, but you're right. There's not a lot that leads into it because it isn't It doesn't necessarily directly tie into any of the hot button issues of today. You know, I mean, you could probably make those connections in a roundabout sort of way, but it's not like forefront on anybody's mind. You know, they're just like, gosh, I wonder what my dreams meant. Well, you know, half the world is burning, kind of shit.
Yeah. I mean, but that's what this stream is built on, really. We're here to chill, discuss either nerdy shit, weird shit, some topical stuff occasionally, and whatever the chat throws at us if they want us to go down a rabbit hole. And so I felt it was a good one to go. And I'm happy we did. It was fun. I enjoyed that just now. And those types of things are always open to discuss. But what we do have some other things to discuss. Let's see. That's for funny later. So is that. Let's do this one right here.
Real quick.
Okay.
Legatus, yeah, that's why I have an issue with what CERN is doing. I know for a fact that there are things out there that certain doors should not be fucking opened, and they are not that particular about which fucking key they stick into which lock.
Listen, they may be the reason we slipped into this darkest timeline right now. Those bastards.
I'm kind of convinced that they are.
I mean, a lot of this shit don't make sense. The way things have gone for the past decade doesn't make sense. How? I mean, just as a topic of the day, we are celebrating today, giving good wishes to families who have lost people in the line of duty today. We're remembering those who sacrificed themselves so that we can live in a free society. It's one day. Veterans get one day. But the goddamn alphabet mafia gets
2 months
many
now.
months.
Yeah.
How are we here where that's a thing?
Well, the military's getting very gay, so soon.
All right. So this one here, this is sort of fun. This one is primarily for Devil because he is a recovering memer. I came across this little video here.
It's a hard road.
It's a hard road. New meme stickers for my students. Now, I've watched this, and I would like your takes on whether or not these are appropriate memes. And whoever made this, I don't think she understands what the memes are and what memes people actually like to get next to their successful score here. And also, this is a bitch showing how many students get bad grades. Lady, maybe you're not that good a teacher, okay? So this is the Drake meme, right here for 95%. Okay, so Devil, what do you think of giving the Drake meme?
Yeah. It's
like the and the
the one where he's rejecting it, and then the next one he's like, "That's the one."
No, I'm familiar with the image. I have no fucking idea who Drake is because I don't follow fucking hip hop at all.
Neither do I. I just know that that's his meme. I think he's a rapper. Is he a rapper?
Yeah, he's some gay dude from Canada. That's all.
Okay, that works. All right, so she's given that the Drake for. So is Devil? What do you think of that one? Is that an appropriate sticker for 95%?
No, it's stupid. It's cringe. Anytime, if just like it with your parents trying to do shit, if your teacher tries to do you're gonna be like, yeah, okay, thanks.
Okay. These are only gonna get worse then, from my perspective. Yeah. You're gonna judge these harshly, I think.
I'm guessing.
All right.
I thought a 95% was a B.
No, that's an A.
Since when?
Since my entire academic career for decades.
Really? That was always 96 and up was an A.
Especially
90 to 94 is an A minus. 95 to 98 is an A, and 98 to 100 is an A plus.
Huh. I thought that was a B plus right there.
No, that's a solid A. That's a solid A.
But but also the fact is it's half a meme. She's not. I mean, the sticker's not even a whole meme. It's just the bottom half of a meme.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it kind of loses things.
All right, so that's 95. We're going to go all the way down to failings here. So let's keep going here. There's 95. Wow, that's a steep decline.
Damn.
And now, I know I've seen this meme, but that isn't what that meme memes, is it? It's like, are you thinking? I mean,
no.
Yeah,
it's not saying you need to be thinking about it. It's like pointing out, like, he's thinking, like, once again, not the right context.
Exactly. Not the right context. Okay. Here comes the 64. That is completely wrong. R.I.P. this doggo who recently passed this week, I think. This particular doggo passed away.
Yeah.
That's Chad Doggo right there.
He's with Harambe.
Yeah. I saw that meme where Harambe's cradling him. But this is wrong.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. It makes it. Yeah.
That should be the 95 right there. You just.
Yeah. You chatted it.
Yeah, you chatted it, man. You chatted it. They don't get it. Okay. See, all right. Fist pump baby. That's one of my all-time favorite memes.
Me too.
He was like, yes.
You know,
that's not a 63.
No, that's not like straight up.
Maybe the last score was a 45.
I don't know, but that's yes. Yes.
Anyone who actually knows has been following my channel for a while since I originally started with the Legion actually knows that's one of my favorites because I used it. I used the baby going yes, and I changed its face to mine. No one ever knew it. I morphed the two. So it's actually me with the baby face of that was one of my original avatars.
Yeah. So this is completely wrong. That's a victory meme. That's a I was right meme. You're good meme. Not a 63. I don't know. It's still. It doesn't speak well to this teacher if that's the improvement from a 45 to a 63.
Here, I'm gonna send it to you so you can see if I can find it. It's been such a long time.
Okay, once again, they went really quick there for a 62. Once again, using the doggo for a 49. These are 10th graders. Oh shit! He just doxed this kid, man.
Oh my god!
He just doxed this kid. That's wrong, dude.
Sorry, little Timmy.
Keisha. Sorry, Keisha. Grade 10. You don't do well in English. You're an idiot. Sorry. And again,
get good, Keisha.
Yeah. Stop being a scrub.
All right. So then, all right. Now there was what did it do? What did it do? It did the thing. All right. Wait a minute. All right. There was a car. God damn it! It jumped on me. God damn it! X. Hang on. Fucking Twitter. Fucking videos. Anyone does that?
Why are so many of these scores so fucking low?
That's what I'm saying.
Because she's a shitty teacher.
You're a shitty teacher, dude.
You spend all your time making stickers and not teaching these semesters.
She had like 196. Everybody else has been way below that and falling, it looks like.
All right, let me see. All right, so there's the dog one. Okay. All right, stop. Okay, here we go. Bring it back. All right, so there's that one. All right, so I've never even seen this one. And that's a kid with a basket of hearts. And oh, look, she's got the other half of the Drake meme.
Oh, so she could have put them together. Oh god.
Oh, that's fail. That's meme fail. That's meme fail. So right, it's I don't even get this one. I mean, I've never even seen this one. Now I'm not a meme or lore, so I don't know if it's one. But once again, this doesn't look like it's appropriate giving hearts to a 62% basket of hearts, unless it's basically saying, "Yeah, I know you suck, but here's love."
It's like, maybe it's funeral for the academic career.
Wow, complete doxing, and she can't even grade it right. She changed the score. And smiling, clean black man. I don't know this meme either. Is this
was this on TikTok?
Yes.
So doesn't TikTok give you the ability to blur shit like that out before you post?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it does.
I don't use TikTok ever, so I can't even say.
Cannot say. We need a retarded Zoomer here to tell us this. But yeah, so this I don't know this meme, but I'm focused on the doxing right there. That's shameful. An okay sign again. Doxing an okay sign. Now, what don't they call that racist?
Hey, wait! This kid's last name is Sangeeth, and he's got a fucking 52%. I call shenanigans.
All right, I sent you that.
There's no fucking way that Sangeeth there got a 52%. That didn't happen.
His mom ain't letting that shit happen. His mom enlisted in heaven.
And then she gives him a
You're gonna beat
racist
his
white
ass all the way
symbol.
back to the
Yeah.
subcontinent.
Then she gives him the racism okay symbol because according to people like this is racist. This is racism right here. I'm signaling my fellow white supremacists whenever I do that.
Yeah, it also means asshole in ASL.
Okay, I don't know what that is, but that kind of looks appropriate. That actually looks appropriate right
Looks
there.
a little like Blabs.
Ooh. I thought that too. Okay. I don't. These kids are stupid, man, and it's not their fault. This teacher's terrible, and that's actually that's. I'm disappointed in you. That's disappointment right there. So
yeah, I wouldn't say necessarily that they are stupid. Maybe because there shouldn't be this many unless she's teaching an actual remedial course and they're just not getting it. Then this is on her, not them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're seeing this use of English, so I don't know.
Fuck, is it English as a second language?
All right, why bring Kermit into this? Huh? What? Is Kermit even a meme? This Kermit the Frog.
I don't know. This is weird. Like I said, has she made these, or is this? Because if she's using her hard-earned money to buy stickers this stupid to put on the test, somebody needs to talk to her because this is retarded. None of these kids are like, oh my God, she's so hip.
And if these are 8th graders and 10th graders, I don't think they're into meme culture,
Yeah. Special needs people should not be teaching special needs classes. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I see. Now, I think I know recently that this girl has posted a current day shot of herself from the meme, but I don't think that's appropriate for this for 37%, because that's more of like what are you talking about? Like that isn't that what that means usually used for?
Yeah, it's well, no, it's like you. I think it's kind of supposed to be like when you see cringe.
Yeah.
So I guess this one fits more than others, but it's still, like I said, it's still just stupid.
It's not working. It's not working.
Yeah,
not working.
Nothing's working with this.
No. Kim Kardashian crying at 37. That works actually.
That works.
That works. That works.
No, doesn't work.
That doesn't work, and I feel like that's racist somehow. I just I feel
why
racist.
is he black?
I don't know.
Somebody got a 30. Don't you get like 20 just for putting your name on right?
Uvindu.
Yeah.
Poor Uvindu got a 30.
Uvindu's fucking retarded. Sorry.
It's horseshit.
All right, what is this? Uvindu. Oh, it's Uvindu. So Uvindu gets Kermit is coming to kill him. I mean,
Kermit with the AK. Like, why would you put that on a fucking underage student's test?
I know.
Especially somebody named the Vindu. That sounds like it might be like, I don't know. It might be even more racist.
Is this school in Burundi?
I don't know. Or let's see. She's got a Shrek one here. I see a Voldemort in there. I mean, Voldemort's not used on any memes. Voldemort's not in meme culture. Jesus
Hey, you can't even say his name.
Yeah.
Haha,
all right.
Successful Harry Potter joke from the guy who doesn't know anything about it.
Yeah. You want a cookie?
I do. Do you have one?
No, I had scones, but I ate them all. So
he always offers that shit, and then he never delivers a cookie.
Right?
False advertising.
Get my fucking hopes up.
28% kid gets a cute cat meme that's crying. Crying cat. Is that a crying cat? I guess. I don't know. I mean,
why don't we give him a failing grade? That's how you fucking deal with this shit.
That 28% is beyond failing.
Yeah. That.
Yeah. That's maybe rethink your life.
Are your parents related right there?
I got my name right, and I showed up with the number 2 pencil. So 28
No, you showed up with a number 3 pencil.
And why not just use, if you're gonna go with the cat, why not just use like the grumpy cat?
Hey man, Grumpy Cat used to be assigned to me by people. I was Grumpy Cat for a period of time. So
Yeah, or Adam.
So look
We
at
can
that.
Use that.
Only she had
Adam.
1 8. Huh? What? I missed what you said.
You still there, Sam?
Who, me? Oh, it was me
might
that you missed
cut
what I
out.
said. Oh,
Okay.
it doesn't matter.
No.
Yeah.
No, I missed what
I
you
don't
said.
even remember.
I missed what you said.
I was following what you were saying. I've completely forgotten whatever the hell it was. So
what I was saying, what I was saying was, so she showed all her things here. She had 1 kid got the A, and all the rest of them either D's or failures, because 60 is D. Anything 60 and above is a D. So this is a bad teacher.
Oh yeah,
And
and the sad thing is, like you said, she made this thing thinking that she was showing some clever video that showed how hip she is doing these meme stickers for her students. It never occurred to her that she's showing her absolute failure, that she's publishing her failure on TikTok for everyone to see. The fact that 90% of her class can't fucking get above a D.
Yep.
Like, that's retarded.
Mm-hmm.
She's retarded.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh God.
Yep.
Dude, Sangeeth, if you're out there listening, man, like, I mean, yeah, you need to get your shit together, but fucking get a new teacher, dude.
Uvindu.
Don't let your parents see that shit, because they will slap your ass back to the subcontinent.
I'm kind of curious. I'm gonna look it up right now. What Uvindu is as a name? I'm gonna look it up real quick.
He doesn't have to get good grades. He's gonna get into medical school either way.
Uvindu.
What
Uvindu
depends on the caste he was born into, I guess.
Name origin. Okay, name meaning. Okay, here we go. All right, we have, what does the name Uvindu mean?
Failing in English.
U is for understanding. You show for others. Oh, actually, let's go to the actual thing here. Maybe it'll tell us where it comes from. Okay, what is it? It's Indian.
Yeah.
So you're right. He is from the subcontinent. Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's no way these kids are that bad at this. There's no fucking way.
So yeah, you're right. He's gonna get his ass slapped right back to the subcontinent. Oh man. That's just wrong. It's wrong, and it's sad. Guys coming in right now, watching the stream, check out the poll at the top. I am taking a poll on whether or not not necessarily near
check
future.
Out Adam's poll.
Check out my no. That's for a different type of account. That's not for this one. No. Besides, it's mostly a sausage fest around here. Okay, that ain't happening.
Adam's gonna open up an account on OnlyStans.
You really? That's going to a dark place, man. For the stands that I harass on Twitter, that's a dark place. I don't want that kind of interaction with those people. I don't want any interaction with them at all. Anyway, but there is a poll whether or not you guys in the future want me to do a 24-hour stream, which would go towards a computer fund. And going forward, if you guys want to contribute to my computer fund, let me know in a super chat, and that money will be designated for the computer fund, because I do need a new computer, because the old girl, she can't handle some stuff. I'm a little worried about Final Fantasy 14 in the next month. I'll probably be able to play it fine, but definitely not. I do not meet the minimum system requirements, not by a long shot, because it's made for new computers, not old computers. But anyway, so that, I'm glad Devil was here for that, because he understood those memes and I don't. But we all confirmed that's a horrible teacher. And that's not the win she thinks it is. And that's the thing about the TikTok crap. These people put this shit on there and they think they're winning. But all they do is show how horrible they are as both human beings and, drains on society, so to some extent,
Well, that's just TikTok culture in particular, I think, because literally, I don't know if you guys saw it, that video about the mom crying because she had to cook her own birthday cake because she's a single mother.
I saw that.
Yeah, she put out this video where she's making cupcakes and she's crying and she's all like, I'm a single mother and I had to make a cake so my kids can sing me happy birthday and be happy, and I have to cook it myself because I'm a single mother. Her ex-husband comes forward, puts out a video and says, actually, no, she doesn't take care of her kids. I have full custody of our children. So she spends absolutely no time with them. She's completely absentee. She's also been arrested for stealing $1 million from some guy. She's fake cancer before. He put her whole shit on blast. This chick is completely fake. And she did it and got 4 million like freaking views. So I don't know how much you make off of TikTok view-wise, if she made any money, but it's just a grift for this chick. She just thought up an idea of, I'm going to put out this sad video, and she was getting all the interaction she wanted. All these girls going, oh, you're so brave and so amazing, being a single mother and all. And she's an absentee mother. She fucking abandoned her kids. The dad's the one doing the real work.
Man, that's the thing about the social media crap sometimes, is that they can just push these lies, and people are so quick to just latch onto the stuff and not do research. They just want to be fed it and not actually get the full story. Then they don't get it. And go ahead, Sammy, you were saying something.
Well, like, she also took the time to set up filming equipment so that she could cry whilst baking a cake on a video clip that she then edited before she posted.
Yeah, because it's TikTok.
Right? None of that is genuine. But none of it is genuine. Like, who the fuck sets up a camera knowing they're just going to bawl their eyes out in front of it?
No. Hail Clifton. No, this is not the 24-hour stream. I'm simply want you guys to give input if you want to see me do that. It would you would get way advanced notice. It would be a lot of me playing video games. It would be probably through an OBS type of stream. If people will be free to come in, but it would be on like through Discord and stuff like that. I wouldn't be doing a StreamYards thing because I can't really do a StreamYards thing and share audio for video games. So you guys get plenty of advance notice. Trust me.
We if you do it in 2 months, I could be on.
I'm gonna, if it works out, I'll probably do it a bunch of times, because I'm gonna be honest, I'm literally up sometimes almost 24 hours anyways with how my sleep schedule sometimes goes, and whether or not something's bothering me and I can't go to sleep, or I'm just up.
Yeah, there's stands out there that need a talking to. He can't sleep, and I say that with love, buddy. But there have been times when we've gotten off of this stream. You're like, God, I'm so tired. I need to go to bed. And like 2 hours later, I see you shit posting at fucking stands all over Twitter for like a fucking hour straight.
I got to be honest. It's usually because I can't go to sleep for one reason or another. I've tried and I can't. So I make the effort, and something sometimes outside my control is keeping me awake. Sometimes also, I told you, the shitbag lives above me. She has these scent things that she does, and it invades the space, and it stinks so bad I can't breathe. So I can't, and I'm a nose breather when I sleep, so I can't breathe this horrible stuff and go to sleep sometimes. So that keeps me. It's any number of things.
Yeah, you gotta go upstairs and you gotta take care of business with this chick. Like, wear her out so that she doesn't have any energy to light this fucking incense.
My God,
things.
No.
Just lay into her.
No, she's disgusting.
Yeah, go give her the dick, man.
No, you gotta say
that's what I'm saying. I'm sure her hoo-ha smells like patchouli. Whatever, get over it.
Listen. Here, we'll start a separate fund.
Listen.
We're gonna start a separate fund. We're gonna bust Dermy over here, and I'll sick him on her, and that solves a lot of problems one way or another. I don't know.
Do you want to,
or it makes the smell worse.
Yeah, no, I have had a problem with this chick since the night I moved in here, where she was alone, or maybe had people, and they were having a 2 a.m. party, shaking the entire apartment with music, and I banged on the ceiling to make it stop, and then she reported me for banging on the ceiling. So this chick has been a problem since literal day one when I moved back into this apartment.
She just needs some dick, dude.
She gets dick. She's a whore. Gets these workmen that come in on occasion. She gets dick, and she's a disgusting creature. Disgusting. Hate her. But I don't want to go down that road. This is not where I wanted to go with that. But I have no idea where I was. So hail and howdy. Thank you, everybody. And so go ahead and vote on the poll. and it would be something like a Friday into Saturday, a noon to noon stream, where I can conceivably start during the day, rally through the night, and probably make it pretty close to the 24-hour part, because I've been up several times this year for 24 hours on my own and got nothing from it. So I might as well, if I feel like it's going to happen at some point, might as well try and work it into something. Anyway, all right, next thing right here. All right, let's talk this right now, because we are all fans of cinema here. We like good movies, and I didn't go see this trash fire that is Furiosa. I didn't see it. I hated Fury Road. Did you guys see Fury Road?
Yeah, I hated it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw Fury Road before I got that invested in the culture war and all that shit. So I didn't really have a huge problem with it, other than the fact that Max is barely in it, and he
thought it was bad.
Doesn't say anything.
To me too. Yeah, this is before I got involved in culture war shit. I just saw it on TV, and it was just bad, and I hated it because I've seen the real Mad Max movies. Those are good, grungy.
Yeah, I grew up with those.
Movies. Yeah, those are great. I mean, Road Warrior, best one. Road Warrior is the best one.
Watch Road Warrior on a faded VHS tape. It is gritty as shit.
So I love those original Mad Max movies. I think I've only seen the original part of the original once, because that's not original wasn't really widely circulated on terrestrial television back in the day. But Road Warrior and Thunderdome, that shit was on all the time. I've seen those a ton of times. But they're great. But I didn't like Fury Road. And when they announced Furiosa, I thought, wait a minute. So we're going to get a movie on this chick who was boring as shit in this movie that I already hated, and you're expecting me to go see this now? That ain't happening. So I didn't waste my time. I didn't even hate watch it to review it, because it's not even worth my time. But I love it how they're trying to explain this horrible, horrible release weekend it's had, where it pulled in only 64 to 66 million. Positive reviews from who I've just seen Twitterati saying, and occasional people in chats going, it's not bad, but most I've heard it's really boring and pointless. And it suffers once again from prequelitis, a story without stakes, because we know where this chick ends up. I don't care if she loses her arm. We already knew she lost her arm in the other movie.
She only had one arm when she was older and played by a South African.
Yeah. So I mean, it's no point. And then to the whole talk about that it beat out Garfield, which to me isn't a hard thing to do, because let's be honest, Garfield has failed to translate multiple times outside of Garfield and Friends. It hasn't translated well from the specific type of medium of Saturday morning cartoons or the original comics. So
I didn't even know there was a new Garfield movie.
Yeah, it's the Chris Pratt one. He's voicing it this time.
Huh.
Yeah. Yep. Hey, I like Chris Pratt, but I don't care about this. Listen, I haven't cared about Garfield in like 30 years, to be honest. I haven't. So I see this Furiosa stuff, and I'm thinking to myself, and I see an article, I guess, on Shill Rant, and my first thought is, wow, they're working really hard to try and create coping mechanisms for people who wanted this movie to work. And it's just kind of the overall thing of none of these movies this year at all, anywhere really, are working, are they? Have we had something that's truly been successful yet? We are going into June in 1 week, 6 months in, year is halfway over. And can we say there's been anything that's been remotely successful in the movie theaters?
No, they're fail after fail. In fact, Gary was going over in his video, like, the Planet of the Apes, fail. What else? Yeah, I can't remember them all, but he went over like the past 5 like movies that they were so sure were going to make money, and they all ended up flopping.
Yep.
Yeah, it just one after another.
And a lot of them are Disney related.
Yeah, like Wish.
Yeah. They've got I guess Dune 2, you're right. Dune 2 is a success, but how much of a success is it that nobody cares about it anymore? It is, to quote a certain type of phrase, it's completely fallen off. It's completely fallen off. What is this, Samuel?
Oh, don't play that on stream. I just put that in there for you later after, on your free time. You need to watch this video. It will change everything about Garfield for you. It's super fucked up.
I've seen that video.
Are we gonna ruin my childhood now?
Much more than that. I'm going to ruin your entire, concept of what it means to exist.
God,
yeah, it's that fucking awesome.
Here comes the tentacle. Here comes the tentacle. God damn it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Devil knows.
Devil's already been broken by this one. Now Adam needs to get broken too. It's not bad enough. Not bad enough. All the things I love in life have been ruined by woke culture. Now let's just have something that's just not ruined by woke culture, ruined by we're going to look too deep into this and stare into the abyss and have it blink at you and lose your mind. Yay! It's just what I want.
Yeah.
But back to what Kel's here. Dune 2. That's the Dune 2. A lot of hype, a lot of buildup, and yes, apparently it made some profit. I think it cleared 700 million. I saw recently, and it made its profit. And it's going to get a third movie, but there's the problem. One, as I said, who's talking about Dune anymore? Did it make new Dune fans for the books, or are these people who just showed up, watched the movie, liked what they saw in the movie, but then have gone on to other things since then?
It's done pretty well for reaction channels, but beyond that, if you don't watch reaction channels, if you're not in that sphere at all, nobody's talking about it. They're the only ones who are. Just like they're right now, the big thing is Godzilla -1 because that just became available on streaming. So they're all reacting to that, but they would, give it
that shit.
I don't know, a month, and they won't be doing that anymore. They'll be on to something else.
But Godzilla -1 had its moment, and I would say a far more significant moment than even Dune, because it was a foreign film too. That's a foreign film that hit a chord with Western audiences, which was a big deal because we're hungry for entertainment. But Dune 2, the problem around Dune 2 is that not only did I don't think it created new Dune fans. People, with the exception of maybe a couple people that we've talked to in our own little circle, nobody went out and bought the books. Nobody's reading through the entire series. Nobody's really going back and watching other adaptations. And the problem is then that they're buying into what Denis Villeneuve did with his thing, where he literally massacred the story. I mean, I would say the only thing that still gets talked about Dune 2 is Zendaya. And only because she's in a movie where it's not just, and here's the thing, you know how we're making fun of that movie about she's going to get run on by those two dudes? I've actually seen the clip where they're starting to make out with her, and she leans back and lets them make out.
Ugh.
Yeah, that tracks.
Gross, man.
Yeah, she leans back and they start tonguing each other. Thanks, Twitter. I get that.
So because I heard a bunch of people saying, "Oh, that's actually hot." So they hadn't seen it, because if okay, fine, you like Zendaya, not me, but if you do, but I don't understand. Literally, two dudes making out is what you want. Okay.
I mean, I could see this being up Dermy's alley because it's like three bisexual twinks and a tryst, but
yeah.
I don't get the Zendaya lust. I don't. She looks like
I don't either.
Boy. She's a 12-year-old boy. She doesn't have a lot of talent either.
It's funny. I actually did see something that she'd said on the, I want to say it was on the Dune circuit, where, but it might have been for this movie that you're talking about. But anyway, they were. Oh, I think it was for this movie that you're talking about, because there were two dudes I didn't recognize, and they were all talking about, looking their age and all that stuff. And she flat says, she's like, "Look, I understand that I still look like I'm 16. I look exactly the same as I did when I was 16. I'm 28, but here we are, and there's nothing I can do about it." So I mean, there's some self-awareness.
Hey, good for her leaning into it. Okay, and maybe, and I guess that's what gets Tom Holland off. All right, so at least they found each other. At least they found each other. Okay.
He's into 16-year-old boys, is what you're saying?
Yep.
Yep. He kind of looks like one too. So
yeah, he doesn't age either. He does. Listen. He's drinking the baby blood too. All right. Hey, no. Hey, I'm gonna throw a shade at Tom Holland. It's fine. He's okay. He can handle it. He's a big boy. But it's I don't understand that. So but Zendaya is the only thing people are talking about from Dune 2. Nobody's even talking about Timothy Chalamet anymore. although there was a story in the news that somebody stole a wax museum piece of him from Dune, and nobody knows why or where it went.
Lethal's house.
It's in Australia.
Lethal has it in his basement with the hole drilled in the back.
Oh God, we are once more treading on dark territory here. All right? But it's
once again, Mr. Chalamet, you have fallen into my trap.
He probably didn't even use like a tool to drill that hole, just his finger. I mean, it's only wax.
Did he heat up his finger first so it melts? Oh goodness, it's disgusting. Was Maz watching while he did it? I don't know.
Maz is a little gimp in the corner.
But
Lethal ain't Sharon.
Oh, man, I don't want to pick a fight with
talk, Maz.
Don't talk, you're gonna ruin it. Oh, humanity. This is I don't know how to get back on topic now.
Nobody's talking about Furiosa.
Nobody's talking about nobody in general, these movies. Nobody's talking about movies because let's be honest. And I've heard it mentioned now in the past 48 hours. I've heard this come up on other streams and other discussions. I've seen it in discussions on social media. The movie-going experience is dying. In fact, it might even be dead. I mean, it's been dead for me for a very long time. I mean, you're talking about a kid. I've been going to movies since I was like 3, apparently. My mom took me to see movies at Star Wars and all this stuff. I saw Star Wars in the theaters, a real thing. Return of the Jedi. She took me to see original Disney Cinderella in theaters, stuff like that. And I sat through most of it before I ran down to the front of the theater to play with other kids who were playing in front of the screen. I've been going to theaters literally all my life, just until the past 10 years, where I said, that's it, I'm done. And I said, that's it, I'm done, because the movie theater experience has been ruined from my perspective. I watched as they increased the wait time between start of the film and actual film. When I was a kid getting taken to matinee films after school on Fridays with my mom or with friends, where we would sneak McDonald's in there and it'd be a great old time. And it was just the trailers and let's all go to the lobby, that kind of shit. And then boom, you're in the movie. And that's it. But no, now I've watched it stretch out to like a 45-minute jaunt even before the movie starts. They're coming at you before the lights dim. We go into trailer mode. They're coming at you with, oh, here's our website for the theater you're in, where we ask you trivia, play these games, get these points, subscribe. Constantly being assaulted by shit I don't care about. I'm here to see trailers in a movie and pay too much for popcorn if I'm really feeling bad about myself. I'm not here to be inundated by your garbage, but it's there. And then even when the lights dim, then it's another 20 minutes of commercials and crap like that. And unfortunately, the trailers all suck now too. There's nothing I ever want to see.
Yeah. The trailers, they give you 2 actual movie trailers. None of the movie's any good. And then the commercials you see, because now they're all showing commercials, are the same ones you see beaten over your head on YouTube. Mm-hmm. And it's all like, yeah, seen this one. Oh, yeah, whatever that is. I 100% agree with that. But I think the only way the movie, theaters are going to survive is they have to have something really creative that you can't get at home, because that's the problem. We've been blurring the line between home entertainment systems and movie theaters to the point where now you have people who pretty much have theaters in their house. They have the 72-inch screen with the actual leaning recliner movie seat set up. They have their own little popcorn machine. Why go to the movies now? So the only way they're going to be able to bring it back is having some really dramatic kind of thing, advance in technology that you're not going to be able to get at home, that would draw people back. But otherwise, I agree 100%. The movie
for me,
experience.
IMAX ain't it. IMAX ain't that thing.
No,
I don't give a fuck about IMAX. Never have given a fuck about IMAX. To me, sound isn't the greatest thing in the world. I want visuals. I'm happy with headphones or my goddamn TV speakers or computer speakers. I'm perfectly fine with that because also I now can watch things. I can pause something. I can go take a pee. I can get better food from my own refrigerator, my own kitchen than I can get in the movie theater. I don't want to pay $50 for popcorn and a soda with too much ice.
Yeah. So I'm old enough to remember when IMAX was a new thing and there were only a handful of them, and most of them were attached to natural history museums or observatories or that sort of thing, and they only ever showed educational films. Right. This was not the kind of thing where you'd go to watch like Die Hard. I mean, Die Hard would fucking rock in an IMAX, but that's not where you went to see it. You went to see documentaries on fucking Antarctica, shot from a helicopter's view over some of those 1,000-foot ice shelves kind of thing. And that's what that was for. It was not meant to be. But I think more to the point, more to y'all's point, Gary has talked about this over on Neurotics a number of times, and I think he's right. America broke the habit of going to the theater.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
We spent so long not doing it that going there's kind of a chore now. We're not in the habit of doing that anymore.
And to me, it's dehumanizing now. I remember the time, and both of you guys remember too, where there was a certain reward for getting to the theater early. I get to pick my seat. I get to lock it down. I get exactly what I want. Now it's, oh, sorry, this has all been reserved. Sorry, you have to reserve your seat ahead of time. And even if it's reserved and there's nobody in the theater, if you decide to move one over, here comes fat Asian man and his wife, and this happened to me, to tell me, you're in my seat. And I look around, there's nobody else there. And I'm thinking, really? Really? We could sit anywhere we want, and you're going to make me move because this is where you want. You could literally go up one behind me. There's nobody there. It's not that much a difference. Now, I could also go up one behind me too, but it's a principle of the matter. This reserved seating bullshit, it dehumanizes all of us. It makes it feels like an assembly line selection. Oh, here you go, here you go, here you go.
I luckily haven't had to deal with that. I live in the fucking sticks. You can still pick your seat here.
Yeah, I've dealt with it. The rare times I've gone to the movies in the past decade now, and it was mostly to finish out the MCU run, because that was the one thing that got me in the theaters in the 2010s. Oh, MCU movie. Well, I'm finishing up phase 3, phase 2, phase 3. Now and then after that, I was like, why am I going? Oh, I went to see this for my channel. That was it. No, honestly, the last movie I could think I went to see, last thing I went to see in the theater was Mario, and I really did it for the channel mostly. My nostalgia baited aside, I went to see it, and it wasn't fun. It's not like I made sure I ate a meal before I went there. I didn't get popcorn. I didn't get a soda. And
no, I never do. I never fucking do. That's added expense. They're already charging you up the ass for just the ticket price alone.
But you just said it, Samuel. You guys remember $4.95 matinee price. At most, then for an evening, $6 and change for an adult. I pay $13 to $15 now if I go, maybe even more. It's been a while since I went again. Probably more.
There's a theater in my mom's hometown where you can still go in for like, I think $3.50 for any ticket, any seat, but you have to wait 6 months for them to get the movie. 6 months after release. Yeah,
and things are available within a month now because these things all do so badly. They dump them on streaming and digital immediately, and then what do you think I'm going to do? What do you think I'm going to do?
What do they expect? The family of 4 to fucking shill out $100 to freaking go see a Disney movie? What family can afford that?
Dude, gas prices are hiking up again right now where I'm eating. And I go to Costco, and it's still almost $4. This shit should be your escapism, not crippling you.
Yeah.
So it's no wonder that people aren't going, because, as we said, the experience is gone. It used to be a thing. Hey, listen, the movie's premiering Friday night. Now they stretch this shit out to Wednesday sometimes. There's no draw. And not to mention, there's nothing worth our time anymore. I've heard we've gone over the list on this stream, on Roundtable, on other streams. We've gone down the list. So far, I'm batting 1,000 on my predictions that shit was going to fail. I said Planet of the Kingdom of Apes and up your butt. I said that wasn't going to do shit, and guess what? It didn't do shit. This didn't do shit. I forgot
about that one too.
Everybody's already forgotten about that one. It's only been 2, maybe 3 weeks, and everybody's already forgotten about that horse shit. Because it was boring. It's stupid. It's a franchise that is a niche franchise, doesn't have a massive following, and there's only so much story to tell. And frankly, I don't care about watching literally a full CGI movie of a bunch of fucking monkeys.
I liked the Matt Reeves trilogy, but it was a trilogy. It's self-contained. It ends in the third one. There's no more story to tell. You know, like after the third one, then you go back to the original Rod Serling fucking movie. Yeah, that's where the connection is. This in between shit, this like, you know, like, oh, we gotta Rogue One this crap. It's like, no, you don't actually. That's 100% unnecessary.
Yeah. So here we are.
Yeah.
Nothing is worth our time. Everything's too expensive. Because Devil said it. You're gonna bring a family of 4, waste the gas. The kids are they're not gonna shut up and not say, oh, we'll be quiet and not get our candy and popcorn. No, they're gonna want candy and popcorn. You could give them a whole dinner. They're gonna still say, I want candy and popcorn, because they're children. They want it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when I was a kid, I used to go sometimes for certain movie events. I went the full experience. I went hot dog. I went popcorn. I had the M&Ms because I pour the M&Ms in the popcorn. And they even got the chocolate ice cream cubes, the mini Klondikes. They were awesome. Sometimes I went the full thing for certain movie events, for like cool stuff. I remember, I think I did it for Jurassic Park, because they had just built this massive new megaplex in Middletown, New Jersey. This massive one. I have no idea if it's still there. That's like 30 years ago. And that was when Jurassic Park came out, and they had the biggest concession stand I had ever seen as a kid. I had never seen it. They had everything. And for Jurassic Park, my mom said, yeah, go to town, kid. Enjoy it. Because it's not like it's after school and we're sneaking into McDonald's. No, we're going as a family tonight. It was a family event movie, because my mom had read the book. I don't know if my stepdad had read the book, but my mom read the book, and I had tried reading the book. It was a little above my reading comprehension at that time. I didn't quite grasp what was going on. I only got, I think, a third of the way through it. But it was an event, and she said, have fun. Have the hot dogs, have the candy, have the popcorn, have the ice cream. Enjoy yourself. And it was fun. But now, something like that for a family of 4, like Devil says, that's not $100, that's $200 if the kids want all that shit. On top of the tickets alone. The tickets alone are almost probably $100 for 2 adults and 3 kids.
Talking about gas, getting there and getting back home as well.
Yeah, especially if it's a ride, if it's a trip. I mean, right now, my local multiplex, it's 10 minutes away. If I want to have to go see something maybe for the channel, it's not a big schlep. I can just boop, I'm there in a minute. I know the roads that are the quickest way there. But most people, maybe you got to go 30 minutes. And that's an hour back and forth. That's half a tank of gas, man. That's a quarter tank, half a tank of gas. Yeah. So the experience is done. There's no excitement, there's no fun, and there's no reward. What's the reward? Disney's going to preach at you for two and a half hours, trying to indoctrinate your kids. You're going to get this movie, a pointless movie.
Yeah,
we're gonna get Joker 2 in a little bit.
This used to be going to theater used to be a luxury. It used to be like you're saying, an escape and a fun event, and now it's just an ordeal. You know, it's out of the way. It's not necessary. You know, for myself personally, I don't drive. My nearest theater is about a 40-minute walk from where I live.
Jeez.
Right. So if the weather's shit, like it was in November when fucking Godzilla -1 came here, it's fucking rough getting there and getting back. I gotta be able to clear my whole fucking night to go see a movie.
Yeah, man. And for people. And we use him to make fun of it. We'll use Derby's example because he says it all the time. His best theater, he says, it's an hour away driving if he wants to go see a movie because he lives in Bumblefuck, Kansas. It's no realistic expectations of a good time anymore because you're not guaranteed a good movie. And most of the time, the movie's spoiled for you in the entire trailer these days. These trailers just show you the whole thing. There's no surprise. There's no thing. And now, because of certain laws, they can't even lie to you in a trailer anymore. They can't show you shit that's not in the movie or maybe it's been taken out because that's false advertising. And people are not happy if, wait, I went to, you sold me a movie that isn't here. I'm not going to be okay with that. And I wouldn't be okay with that either.
So it used to be a joke back when we were younger where it was like, oh, hey, did you go see the movie? It's like, no, I saw the trailer. I'm fine, kind of thing. But now it's actually like, hey, I saw the trailer. Basically saw the fucking thing. I don't need to go.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. So what's left on the year? I mentioned Joker 2. Well, we're going to see a movie created specifically so Lady Gaga can go singing in a movie. Yeah. You got me.
She wants that Oscar. She wants it so bad.
Well, she can have it. It's worthless anyway. Then let's see. Deadpool Wolverine. The lone movie I think everybody is actually excited to see. But it ain't going to save movies. It ain't going to save the MCU. Well, yeah, I'm interested. I'm interested purely for the discussion's sake, for panels like this. I'm not seeing it because I want to. I'm seeing it because I want to be able to talk about it. And even then, I don't care what anybody says. That movie ain't making $1 billion. I'm sorry. Because $1 billion requires repeat viewings. Everybody's going to see this once. Mm-hmm. That's probably going to be enough. That's my guess. That's my feeling.
I'll probably watch it, and if I like it, I might make a purchase when it comes out to physical. If it comes out to physical, who fucking knows anymore. But it just that's wholly dependent on whether or not I enjoy the majority of the movie, and most of the time, I don't like a movie well enough to buy the damn thing.
Let's see. I'm looking over here. Of all my recent movie purchases in the past, I'll say even 2 Christmases. That's when I do the bulk of my movie buying. I go for Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals. I try to get everything for good price. Nothing's been anything that's new. Closest I came, I almost bought Mario last year, but then in the end, I took it off the list because I wanted another video game. So I went with that.
Yeah, my most recent DVD purchase was the same thing you just finished up watching, was the Star Trek: The Next Generation box set, man. Mm-hmm. And that came out. That started airing in 1986. Like I don't buy new stuff. My favorite thing to do in terms of like cheap DVDs and sometimes really great finds, Halloween season at fucking Walmart, when they put those like deep diving bins out with all those fucking random horror movies in them, and sometimes you get some real gold in there, just digging through there for like $5, man. I love doing that.
I used to call that the Big Lots adventure back in the day, but they don't even have a Big Lots around here anymore. Let's see. Yeah, last movie I bought, March 21st, when I upgraded my copy of Fifth Element to Blu-ray.
Sam has an unfair advantage with those fucking bins, though. He's so damn tall, he can reach the bottom of them. Where all the good stuff go.
The tentacles tentacles make it easy to sift through.
I will say that Walmart frowns upon you treating it like it's a ball pit, though.
Yeah, and I have bought one movie in 2024, and it was Fifth Element Blu-ray upgrade. And now I'm going to go back to 2023 now. Around Christmas. Let's see. Christmas. For myself, I got Superman, the complete animated series, the Bruce Timm Paul Dini verse. I got that. I bought a bunch of movies for my mom for Christmas. And those are all classic Hollywood movies. That's all classic stuff. Nothing really new. Let's see. Other movies I bought for myself. I got the TNG collection. That's right there. I got Patrick Stewart's Christmas Carol, because that's my favorite one. You can see right there, I got myself my Mentalist Complete collection. And that's it. Yeah, those are the movies I bought. All the recent movies I bought. None of those are new movies. None.
I did buy one newer movie. Give me just a second. I can grab it. It's right over here, so I can know what I'm talking about. Because I only watched it once. I wasn't super impressed with it. It's called Into the Abyss, straight to DVD. It's mostly made by foreign people. It's all English dubbing, and it's got one of those things on it where it kind of looks like it'd be fairly Lovecraftian, which is, I don't know if you guys know this, but I love shit like that. So I will buy shitty movies if they've got tentacle monsters in them. But
really, I would never
so
that. Never.
So I watched this movie, and it's not the worst thing I've ever seen, but it's not really what it is, what it's advertised either. It's really more of a character study after like the Rapture kind of thing about a couple of random dudes who were trying to survive. And it's not the worst thing ever. It's definitely not fucking woke. It's kind of boring. I'm sort of regretting paying for it.
Yeah, and that's where everybody is. I mean, here's one of the reasons I don't do what FNT does. I don't make the crew on Roundtable watch anything because I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to waste my time, and we're not. I don't feel as though we even get anything out of doing it. And even most of the crew of FNT, they don't do the homework half the time to watch these movies. And this is why I understand if you're doing it, if it's your job. It's if you're choosing to review this stuff, you're choosing to do it, watch it so people don't have to. It's the choice I make for all the garbage television I watch. But that's easy. I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to leave the house to do that. I have my computer. I can get it all right here, no problem. But the movie stuff, even though I know it's the job, I wonder why they're still hanging on of perpetuating the concept of let's talk about this particular flop. I mean, that the Furiosa flop, that's the discussion for the past 48 hours. But in another 48 hours, it'll be gone. No one's going to talk about it anymore. Because you know what people are going to talk about? Give us old man Mel Gibson Mad Max. That's what people are really talking about.
People are already talking about that.
Yeah. I've seen memes already being made.
Sign me up. Sign me up. I'd watch that in a heartbeat. But they
should have been him to begin with in Fury Road. Just saying.
Well, he was in the no box.
Yeah,
and he still is in the no box. And being of my ethnic persuasion, I forgave him a while ago for that.
Yeah,
Because
Robert Downey Jr. recently said something about, hey, maybe it's time we forgive this guy. Look at all the shit I did, and you guys got over it.
Yeah. I mean, Mel Gibson actually made an effort. I read about it. That's why I was able to, because I looked into it. Okay, let's see what he's done since he did his thing, since he did his rant. And he said, I was intoxicated, massively intoxicated, and I was uneducated on things. And I went and I learned, and he has since done good work to help make people understand that what he said was wrong, and supporting charities, stuff like that, educational purposes. So he did his time. He did his mea culpa, and I was okay, fine. I can go back to watch Lethal Weapon again and be happy.
If he just yelled "Free Palestine" beforehand, they would have got away with it completely.
Yeah, but nobody cared about Palestine at the time.
But he has he paid his penance. For people like me, he paid his penance a long time ago. But no, like Kelso's right here, he has certain beliefs that don't line up. And of course, he is Mel Gibson. He has fuck you money. He can do what he wants. He doesn't need them per se. But the thing is, he's still involved with some franchises where if you drop him in as the age he is now, he could still work as the character. And Mad Max is one of those characters. You could drop him in right now, and we would watch it because it would work. Old man Mad Max.
I'd be fucking all in for that. Did you guys see Fat Man?
No.
Watch Fat Man.
I've heard about it, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
it was a really good movie.
Mel Gibson plays Santa Claus. Walton Goggins plays a hired gun. It's a fucking fantastic movie.
Yeah, some kid hires him to kill Santa, and yeah,
because he gets colon stalking. Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Man, that sounds pure camp right there, man. That sounds pure camp. But that's the thing. They know exactly what people want. By they, I mean Hollywood. They know exactly what would actually put butts in seats, but they can't work the indoctrination into that stuff. So they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. And therefore, the theater experience, I will say it, it's dead because nobody really wants to go anymore. Nobody's excited to go. And this year, there's nothing. Next year, there's going to be a whole slog of horrible, horrible movies next year. That some of them I can't wait for.
What do you want to bet?
No, go ahead.
What do you want to bet that they receive another bailout to keep the industry limping along, to keep the theater industry limping along because nobody's actually going to see this stuff anymore? It ain't like we're all locked down either. We're choosing not to.
Yeah. We're logging in to play games. We're staying at home watching old shit. We're going into our collections to watch stuff. That's where we are. Although next year I will watch Rachel Zegler's Snow White because I need that dumpster fire for content. that's pure content. Also, I'm all in on. I've been all in on that. I am, and I want that to just be one of the worst things ever. And it's that's going to be a glorious disaster. That's just going to be a glorious disaster. But and of course, I will be there for Disney Star Wars movies now, just so I can document how much money they don't make, and watch the stands try and cope and cry with that. The movie
That's
experience.
not petty at all.
No, I'm not a petty person. No, I don't hold grudges. I don't hold a grudge at all. No.
That's why I'm starting my break now, so I don't have to watch the freaking Acolyte because of Derby.
I am well. He was such a dick on Friday, going, "I'm gonna make you all watch it. And I don't know how to get to watch it. Watch it. The rest of you have to watch it." It's like you realize no one's still gonna watch it. It's just gonna be me, and I'm torturing myself for my own channel, not for yours. So, little bastard. But yeah, no, Acolyte. That's TV. And that's only half an hour, in and out, not going to stay long. And that's TV. That's not even movie theaters. That's different. Although they did just show Acolyte in theaters for the Shills last week. And oh boy, did they cream their pants over that with their access.
Touch their peepees?
A lot. Even the ones that have the artificial peepees, they touch them. Because
the peepees from forearm skin.
Oh
yeah,
they
touched them with the arm that still works because they didn't shave that one.
Oh man, see, I wish I didn't know that, but I do. Even without you guys saying that, I know that, and that's horrible. It is just a horrible, horrible piece of knowledge. I wish I didn't have.
Look, I like Libs of TikTok. I think she does some great work, and I like Gays. I think Gays Against Groomers does some great work. But those guys put so much horrific fucking visuals in my goddamn timeline that periodically I have to mute them because I was like, I don't want to look at that. I get it on your side. Stop showing it to me.
Sometimes they have some like that freaking Rich Man from Richmond cover. That was the that was hilarious.
Yeah. All right. If anybody's coming new, check out the poll at the top of the chat. Vote on it, please, because I do things for your entertainment, and that 24-hour stream could be your entertainment. All right, let's have a nice little transition right here. Once in a while, we do once in a while we do comment on whether or not this food should exist, and this one I can see the potential, but I personally think it's wrong. This is not how you make Italian food. So this guy's gonna be making a pizza. Let's watch him start making a pizza. There you go, making a pizza. And what do you think you should put on here right away? You can go with sauce, right? Put a layer of sauce and some cheese, right?
I would go with gloves.
Go with what?
Gloves.
Oh, glue.
Gloves.
Oh, gloves. Oh, gloves. I thought you said gloves. I thought you were leading to the story about how AI Google told journos to make pizza with the glue, and they fucking did it.
I didn't even see that shit. I'm gonna have to look into that.
I'll bring it up after this. I was going to do. If you haven't seen it, I'll bring it up. We'll look at it after this. Okay. So no, I would say you make pizza. Nope. We're gonna. Oh God damn it! Fucking Twitter. All right. So no, not sauce. No, let's go with a layer of noodles.
French fries?
No,
No,
that
pasta.
is
Ziti.
that's ziti. That's a horrific looking ziti, by the way.
Yeah.
That's not a ziti. That's just ziti and some weird
It
bad
looks-
looking sauce.
It looks like somebody
Right,
took
French
ziti
fries.
and crossed it with like hamburger helper.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I like that. So let's put a layer of ziti in. Now he's got gloves on now. Okay, here comes. Oh, we're putting cheese on. Okay, I mean, you do put mozzarella cheese on a ziti, but not like this. Okay. All right, what do you think? Oh, well, I kind of ruined it. We're making a layer. We're making a layer. We're making more cheese. And it's a mixing. And now pepperoni. Now, I'm not a fan of pepperoni in the first place, so I'm automatically out at this point. But even if it was just cheese, not like this.
So this isn't a pizza. This is a lasagna.
It's
It's a casserole.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, now, first of all,
Oh, look, you can see it shaking. Did you see it like jiggled? Because it's not,
Yeah,
on,
all right.
there's no firmness to the pasta layer.
Yeah. Yeah, hang on, I'm muted. I don't want to hear what they're saying here. Oh, now that is now. First of all, why are you cutting it in the box? You're
Yeah,
supposed
usually
to-
cut it then slide it into the box.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I don't want pineapples on the. You know, I don't put pineapples on pizza, Legatus. You know that I'm not in that camp. That's a
You're
horror
gonna have
show.
to eat that shit with a fork, because otherwise the top layer is gonna fucking slide right off the bottom layer every time you pick it up.
Well, the
Yeah.
pasta will fall right out because there's nothing
God.
connecting it together. You put the cheese on it, but it's not going to hold
Hang
pasta in.
Load it.
You're going to lift up your slice, and all the pasta is going to
All right, hang on,
fly
I gotta-
around.
Gotta reload it because Twitter sucks. Okay, let's go back to where we were. Okay, here we go. All right, yeah. So physically, it's going to be a pain in the ass to eat. Now, I'll eat if pizza's too hot. I'll go at it with a knife and fork if it's too hot. I will be a civilized human being like that, because if it's too hot, I can't hold it, and at the same time, it's gonna be like hot lava in my mouth. So I will go at it with a knife and fork. I'm okay with that. But even so, not weak. Oh, God damn it! Fuck you! Fucking get your goddamn shit together, Elon. All right, so he's peel it up. He's gonna cut it in the box, and and now that's all right. Here he goes. Look at that. Ah. Now that's I'm not eating this.
Not in the white
The-
shirt, definitely.
Yeah, definitely not. This guy's gonna have a fucked up shirt. No, I'm not against it. Ingredients wise, I'm one of those kind of people that I think anything
Separate
belongs
them.
to food. I like creativity in food. I'm really
Yeah.
big on that, so I don't really hold it against people when they try weird shit with food.
Mhm.
What I'm against with it is the practicality of it.
Mhm.
It's not practical to stuff that pasta in the bread and make a pizza with it. It just pasta is another starch. It's another carb. It's essentially like bread. What's the point of having that inside of the bread? It just is no real
You see,
purpose to it to me.
There's nothing wrong with having a buffet. You got some ziti, you got some pizza, you got some other stuff, and make a nice little plate for yourself. A little bit of all. But my problem is what Devil just said in the end here. I don't like it all in one thing like this.
Yeah.
I feel as like you're also because, and I know I've said this many times when we talk about this types of situation, when I find one of these videos, the flavors are going to be clashing too much. You're not going to actually taste anything you want to taste. Whatever you've done with the ziti and the cheese in there, it's going to be clashing with the cheese and the pepperoni on top. What are you even tasting at this point?
Yeah.
I mean,
The meat sauce instead of pizza sauce, totally fine with that. That would make sense, right? You get the kind of ragu, but yeah, it's the pasta just in between the two pieces of bread. Like I said, it's just not a practical way of putting that together. I think it's a novelty thing. I'm sure he sells a ton of them to dudes like this that look like they're potheads, and they go, "Holy crap, pasta inside a pizza! Why didn't I think of that?" You know.
Yeah.
But like I said,
mean-
as a practical kind of slice, it's just clunky and stupid.
I mean, it's I like that. Like Dove said, also, I'm all for creativity in the kitchen. You know, but combining things together. Like Passover happened in April, and I went on a buying spree when it was on sale of farfel. It's basically matzah farfel. It's you only really get it on sale during the high holidays, and I can get like 2 for 1 box. So I stocked up. I have 1 box for every month for the rest of the year into next year. So once a month, I'm gonna break it out, enjoy some cuisine, and I'll make something called matzah farfel pancakes. What I've been doing lately, because I don't feel like frying it in canola oil and shit like that, I've been baking it in a loaf, almost as like a kugel, which is also another thing you make with matzah. And it's a breakfast dish, so I'll make it on a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning. And what I'm gonna do next month is, you get blueberry waffles or blueberry pancakes. I'm gonna throw some blueberries in there. And it's going to blend deliciously with it because it's a kind of thing that's going to go together. It's just two flavors going together. There are 4, maybe 5 different flavors going on in this, and nobody's palate is so perfect that you're going to taste every little bit of this in there. It's just not going to happen. No, Kel, you do not bring that nasty shit up. That ain't happening. We know what that is. I know of it. I still haven't seen it, but I know of it. I ain't going near that.
It's just food coloring.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Yeah, and a lemon party's just lemons partying together.
Mm-hmm.
But I just be creative, but there's limits. There's limits and practicality, and also. You eat 1 slice of this. You eat any more than 1 slice, and this is not something you eat more than 1 slice of because that's a lot of food.
That's a lot of cheese, man.
Like
half the let's say a lot more than half the population would probably shit their pants. They eat more than 1 slice of that. Me, I wouldn't be for a month.
Constipation. But yeah, and I eat a lot. I eat a lot of mozzarella cheese in the week right now. That's where I get most of my calcium these days. I eat a lot of mozzarella cheese, but I don't eat it all at once like this. I'm not eating.
You can't just mozzarella by itself is all right, but like really to experience it, like it works better when you mix it up with stuff like Parmesan and ricotta.
Oh yeah. I make like a small. I call it my cheese bread pizza because I basically take a sub roll. I'll make a little melted butter with garlic, and I'll put it on there, and then I'll melt the cheese. I'll put it on top, melt it in the oven, and then I'll make a tomato reduction, some cherry tomatoes, and I'll season it like I season my tomato sauce, and then I'll put it on top, and it's kind of a rustica pizza. I'll eat that. I eat that twice a week for lunch right now. It's delicious, but that's melted cheese. Or I'll put cheese in an omelet. I'll make an egg sandwich for myself. Or I've been people like, Adam, you eat ziti every week. Yeah, I make a ziti every Friday because it feeds me 5 freaking times. It saves me having to make dinner for 4 or 5 days and 1 day for lunch. So I eat a lot of mozzarella cheese. And if I'm making chicken tenders or chicken patties and and they're the main course dish, I'll cook them and then I'll put them in the oven and they'll get melted cheese on top. So I mean, I spend every 2 weeks, I spend $13 at Costco for 5 pounds of mozzarella cheese, shredded. And it's a great deal because I eat it up and it's good. But it's too much. It's too much.
Yeah, I've seen people. I don't know. Have you seen that one? I actually found out who at the restaurant is because it was on another YouTuber's channel. But they take 2 trays and they literally fill them with the pepperoni and then bake it. Then they make the pizza.
We've looked at that video.
Yeah. And then they take the oil and mix it with like some
we've
ranch
seen
dressing.
that. Yep.
And, oh
we've
God,
looked at that one. Yeah,
that is so stupid.
We lost our shit over that one. Yeah, we lost our shit over that.
It's stuff like that, like I said, where you're taking it out of creativity and you're taking it out of like trying to make something new and you're, like I said, you're doing a novelty. You're making it into a novelty. Somebody would buy that because the novelty of, extreme pepperoni, but you're not getting anything out of it. It's not better than a normal pepperoni pizza. That much pepperoni, all you're tasting is pepperoni. Just eat the fucking pepperoni.
Yeah, and also that is the most unhealthy thing you can do, man.
Yeah.
That is, you're welcome to clogged artery city. That's just, listen, I think this is too far. I think it's too far. I don't, it's not real cooking. It's just mashing shit together and serving it. And call me a snob, do whatever you want. I'm not into it. I'm not into it. And I find it, goddamn, go away. There we go. And I just think it's I like what Devil said. It's a novelty that I think people will either get tired of or not. All right, we got two more things. Let's go to the stupid one first. We'll end on the cool one. All right, so I picked this one up first, yesterday. We've mentioned Disney tonight and how they want to just keep putting crap out there. Well, we know they recently acquired Hulu, and now Disney's Hulu to stream gay dating reality show I Kissed a Boy for Pride Month.
Oh my God.
This is why you got Hulu, huh? This is why you got Hulu. Let's read into this, shall we? Disney-owned Hulu will stream the gay dating show I Kissed a Boy as part of the streamer's programming for Pride Month, which kicks off on June 1st, less than a week away. I'll be zooming a little bit more for you guys.
I mean, I don't care if it exists. Fine, great. It just don't bitch when no one watches it. You know,
and no one is going to.
You obviously have a set kind of group you're trying to get to watch, and if they watch, great. But don't sit there and say straight people aren't watching the show because they're bigots. No, it's just holds no interest to me.
Hulu announced Monday its Hulu Has Pride lineup, which includes the first season of the BBC's I Kissed a Boy. Oh, so they're English twinks. Okay. That's going to... Well, there's the game. English or gay.
Well, at least they won't be Muslim.
Oh.
You don't know.
You never know.
You
never know in London. You never know in London. In the show, 10 gay men are brought to picturesque Italian villa to test the waters of love. As the title hints, the contestants must first kiss their potential matches before proceeding to the dating process. All right, let's make Dermy watch this. Are we okay with this?
I mean,
let's make Dermy watch this.
Yeah, if Dermy's cool watching like fucking Milk Manor, he should be fine with this.
That's why I bring it up.
Because Milk Manor crosses some fucking lines, man.
I don't want Dermy to watch this because there's going to be one of them that's just twinky enough for him, and he's going to fucking be seen there spouting off about how, little Petro is fucking so cute in his bathing suit or some shit, and it's just going to be disgusting. Don't make him watch it.
Don't Rachel Zegler
to watch this.
Well, he does simp over her too for some weird reason. Meanwhile, the spin-off series I Kissed
she looks like a twinky little boy with a unibrow.
Oh, I saw her pictures. She doesn't look good naked. She doesn't.
At least she's a woman. At least
she's a woman that'll break your penis off.
It's like that stupid question that fucking Andrew Tate asked his people. Would you rather have fucking Hulk Hogan with a woman's body but his face, or a man with a gorgeous face? I can't remember the fucking question. Anyway, the point is no, at least she's a woman. Ultimately, she can look like a Twinkie fucking boy, but at least she has a fucking vagina.
I could put a bag over that head,
Dermy's not so picky.
Problem is, if it's a Hulk Hogan head and a beautiful woman's body, you'll have to put a muzzle on because I don't want to hear, "Oh yeah, brother, do it deeper."
That's why I like you, brother. Right there, you're hitting my G-spot, brother.
Did you take your vitamins and say your prayers? Because I'm gonna ride you to next week, brother.
I've been doing Kegels. You feel my mania, my Hulkamania down there? Like, no.
Hulkalabia.
Hulkalabia.
So I Kissed a Girl features lesbians in place of gay men. It's also set to stream on Hulu on an SSY date, according to Deadline Port. Now it's probably going to be a bunch of fake lesbians because they're all. I'd have to see that picture because if they're all hot, then they're not real lesbians. They're not. They're a bunch of college girls
lipstick
who are,
lesbians.
yeah, a bunch of college girls experimenting.
Yeah, lipstick lesbians are very rarely ever actually gay. It's more of a trendy thing.
Yeah, it's like
know.
porn
Well,
lesbians,
because they can get off the ride whenever they want. At any time, they're
Mhm.
good looking enough. They can go and start just getting the D. If you're like a big butch girl lesbian and shit, if you decide to change, go back to straight, there's not that many people going, yeah, come on over here, cutie. They're like, eh.
You just got to go to the right bar, man.
You gotta be 12 beers in, man.
Some dudes get enough alcohol in them and they'll pay anything. They'll be yeah.
Your steel toe boots and your piercings are very attractive. What's your name?
I like a good flannel.
Yeah, you shop at Bass Pro Shop too. It's got so much in common.
Get it on.
The Walt Disney Company has been gradually integrating Hulu with the family-friendly Disney Plus recent months. Both services are now available together in a single streaming bundle, with Disney Plus subscribers able to access Hulu from Disney Plus app. Disney has aggressively embraced, and I one of the reasons I wanted to look at this was because of this. What does this all even mean now? I mean,
it's
is this
gibberish.
some sort of, do I need a decoder ring from a gay cereal box to find out what they're talking about?
Yeah, no, it's gibberish. It's
The
been
name?
gibberish the whole time.
Yeah. LGBTQ plus AIAIP.
Double Q's. There's 2 Q's.
It's
QQ, like what? Quaint and queer? I
Can't
don't
they
know.
Queer
just,
and
like-
questioning.
Questioning?
Yeah, as in if you're a straight person, you're just like, well, I don't know, maybe. Yeah,
I
you get
think I
included
might
in
want to
that.
go suck a dick tonight. Let me go see how it tastes. That's gonna get
Somebody
good.
clip that.
Yeah.
I know.
Uh,
I realized too late. Wow, I walked through that one.
But seriously, like, can't they fucking just make it into a fucking like symbol like Prince used to have? Just stop with all this LGBTI. It just is stupid, man. They're adding more to it. That's the thing, is it keeps getting longer and longer. Soon they're gonna be like 27 letters and symbols and plus signs and
Yeah, the problem is that the LGB kind of let this shit get out of hand. They never should have let these fuckers tack their shit on, hitch up to their train in the first
That's
place.
because the LGB had been accepted.
yeah.
They were accepted. People were
Yeah,
fine
they-
with it.
they'd
We didn't
won.
care. They'd
Yeah.
won. We didn't think about it. We didn't talk about it. They didn't care when we used the word gay. They didn't care. They were living their lives. We were living our lives. And then the how do I want to put this? Let's just say the lop 'em off party decided to tag along, and now it's become a thing where you have the agenda-driven gay community saying, "Oh, we've never been accepted. We've been fighting this our whole lives." No, motherfucker, you've been accepted since the mid-90s. Shut the fuck up. Shut
Yeah.
My favorite bit here though is the 2S.
I don't. What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
That is
Two spirits.
the two-spirit, which is, they say, Native Americans believed that if you had two spirits living within you, you could be like all this stuff. And it's basically what they used to call gay people. What they're not understanding, and what Native Americans are apparently coming out and saying, "Hey, stop fucking using that term."
Let me guess. They're talking about evil spirit possession. If they're talking
No,
about that, right?
it was a derogatory term for homosexual.
Oh, okay.
It's not
We're
a
taking
nice
it
thing to say to somebody. It's not
We're taking
a
it back. Make it a
welcoming spiritual thing. It's a he ain't right.
Yeah, when some
thing.
guy came, when traders came to the fucking tribe and shit, and they're all like, "What's wrong with that dude?" They're all like, "Oh, lay with boys. He's too spirited."
Yeah, essentially. But it wasn't like a special category. It was just like it was a slur, and they tacked it on here because white liberal women don't know what that fucking means, and they were just like, "Oh well, admit this thing over here." Well, I mean, you didn't really do your research or ask anybody who's actually from the tribe that you stole that from.
Yep. This is it's out of control, and it goes back to what we were talking about earlier. These weirdos get an entire fucking month, multiple months. There are multiple months, not just Pride Month. They make weeks, months for all these different sections of it, and we're supposed to bow down and think that these people are moving the needle whatsoever. We're talking about less than 1% of a population around the world. 8 billion odd people, maybe a little less than 8 billion. I don't know how many people are on the world right now. I don't know if it's up to 8 billion or not.
It's a little over.
It's over 8 billion. Okay, 8 billion people around the world, and it's less than 1%. And we're supposed to drop everything and bend the knee and bow down because a bunch of everything after the B want acceptance for being mentally ill.
Well, everything after the B that's not a T is made up bullshit.
Yeah.
Is not a thing. You know, and the T, by the way, is actually less than 1% of that 1%.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
and for the T, they even just they throw cross-dressing into that. I mean, you don't even have to have full bottom surgery.
No, well, cross-dressing's a different thing altogether. Cross-dressing's a kink. Most of those guys are straight and perfectly normal, happy fathers.
Yeah.
You know, they just like wearing a little bit of lacy underwear sometimes.
I like the way it feels on my skin.
You know, transvestites and such.
Yeah. We used to make that when we were young, we didn't understand what that word meant. We used to say transistor when we were kids because we didn't understand what it meant. We couldn't comprehend it. So we go
transistor.
We knew what we heard the term transvestite. We sort of knew what it meant, but we then would say transistor, and that's the thing. We didn't understand because we shouldn't understand because we were kids. And even then it was kind of creeping in the 90s. And here we are now. They're telling kids who haven't even hit puberty that they're transistors. And they need to be allowed to grow into what they feel they are inside. I guarantee a week before, one of those kids thought they were a goddamn dinosaur.
Yeah.
So this shit is out of control. And I don't hear anybody say that Disney is a great, wholesome brand. It isn't. They're happily pushing this shit on children. And by having it available on a streaming service, I mean, look at these guys. These are lamers. These are the stereotypical gay dudes. Not like the regular maybe gay dudes like, hey, how you doing? I'm dressed just like you, and but I'm a gay dude. No, these are the ones that make it a joke. Who walk around in their girly clothes and their shaved blue head and go. This is why it's a. Do they realize they're not winning hearts and minds with this? Yeah. This is just it's a. Go ahead. Yeah, I'm losing my words on this. Go ahead.
I'm looking at the ginger there in the middle and vibes of that meme with the the girl with the braces and the a bunch of black dudes standing behind her sofa.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm staying here.
I saw a post the other day of somebody saying you don't want to know where she is now. That little porn star that had her moment in time because of that. It's like you don't want to know where she is now, man. that whole people who know, people who don't know meme.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if her life took a very dark and possibly terminal turn after that.
I mean, I know she's alive. I believe she's alive, but I mean, because listen, I'm not going to pretend I didn't come across her videos and my porn escapades. I didn't actually watch them because she looks like a little girl to me. But I never saw that particular video. But I saw her in other things in like previous than that, and that was a tiny little girl getting wrecked by giant dudes, and then to have that thing go on, and that's like. That's the sickness end of that kind of stuff too, where you go too far. It's one thing to watch regular old meat and potatoes porn, and then it's like watching something like that. And I'm not down with that. I'm not, because like you said, you see that, you see something like this, realize, wow, somebody's going to get used and abused. Mm-hmm. And
all right, I came back to hear Adam say I'm going to abuse. Who are you going to abuse, man?
I'm saying we're talking about people
that
getting
little
used
ginger
and
right there in the middle of the picture.
No, No, listen. He's not my type. Okay.
You telling me
listen.
that guy? Look at his posture compared to everybody else's. Even the one other guy who's sitting down still has a more dominant posture than he does. That man is totally getting a train run on him later.
I don't know. The black dude behind him doesn't have a dominant posture. He's the wife too. This guy's a wife too.
This is Shooty's second show he's doing. Okay.
Look. Somebody's got. Hey, he's got a flavor saver. He's got a flavor saver.
Oh God.
Let's call him.
With a girl, that's okay. I don't want to know about flavor savers with dudes' asses. No,
dude.
no.
Dude. 2 weeks ago, watching Shooty Who, he had all this snot collected on his upper lip, and it was disgusting. It was all stuck there because he cries so much. It's nasty. Anyway, this is Disney, June 15th. I swear to God, if I was into watching horrible cringe shit, I would do this because no, I'm gonna watch. No, I'm not doing it.
Let's be honest, it turns you on a little.
No.
Okay. Safe. You can admit it.
No, safe place. It's a safe place. It's your channel. No one's gonna clip it. No one's gonna make fun of you. It's all right. Admit it. You're gay.
Yeah. We're totally not live on the internet at all.
No.
Yeah. The goddess is so not there going, please say it, please.
Listen, I know for a fact that Kratos is haunting my audio clips because he wants me to do that whole little thing that Dermy wants me to say that I won't say. And they're going to try to edit my audio into me saying it right now. That's their goal.
What's the thing they don't want? You won't
nice
say?
try.
One of the things I'm doing on this break is I'm going to teach myself not to talk about anything I hate because it will be used against me and has.
Listen,
in
it's not as bad as Cloud, okay? Cloud is
I'm definitely
of telling us shit we shouldn't know.
But there will be no more clips of me talking about the
getting railed in the Senate.
There will be no more me talking, I hate oohs. There's no, I'm not gonna. You guys aren't gonna find no fucking dirt on me.
Yeah, I'll get the occasional I suck dick clip you'll get on me, but that's out of
like that one.
Yeah, like,
I did that one on purpose. I mean, no, I'm saying though, but no, I don't tell you guys the real embarrassing shit from my life because I'm not gonna set that up. Hell no.
It's not embarrassing shit. Like I'm good at not talking about freaking. Don't put the goddess you.
Well, I'm using Cloud as an example.
But yeah, but yeah, no, they'll use anything against you. They'll use the smallest little freaking nugget of shit that you fucking say. It just beat you over the head with it.
I think the key though is not so much not to say stuff that is going to be used against you, is not to let them know that it bothers you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
That's the key, because they'll drop it if they don't think it bothers you.
Yeah,
that's why I lean into it as much as I can whenever I get sort of caught up in something.
Yep. Don't tell the dickheads. Don't tell the dickheads you like Baby Ruth candy bars, especially Gal. She's a heinous little fucking troll doll. Evil.
Baby Ruth. All right. I got one more topic. This is a good one. It's a positive one. And it leans towards some stuff I have been talking about recently when it comes to gaming, and a trend that I do like to say. We all know that Square Enix took a bad turn in terms of their financials last month, and said we're going to change things. I went through it on my own stream on Natural 20, the whole memorandum of how they're going to change things. And we got this news today, and this is cool because this takes me right back to the end days of my NES time. Dragon Quest III HD 2D remake draws near. Square Enix confirms platforms. Now, they've done a lot of re-releases of Dragon Quest games over the years, and I should switch this to Chrome because I want to play that trailer. So let me get rid of this. They've done a lot. I mean, I've owned several different versions of a couple Dragon Quest games over the years, and the remakes are spot on. They're just improved versions of the old games. My favorite one from that era was Dragon Quest IV. I thought that was one of the best Dragon Quest games I had ever played. And when they re-released it first, I think I had it. No, I did it on the emulator, and then they finally released it on one of the various Game Boy Advances that I had at one point. And it was just incredible because it had, by then, originally the American port didn't have the Akira Toriyama artwork built in, but the remake that they released a bunch of years later had the Akira Toriyama art built into the game, like they started doing with Dragon Quest 5 and forward. So it was glorious, and it looks like with now finally Dragon Quest 3, which is the prequel to the original Dragon Quest game. This is the adventure of Erdrick, who'd become the hero, whose armor you would collect throughout the very first Dragon Quest game. This is his mission to save the world from Baramos and all that kind of stuff. And it was a really ingenious game because one of the first times way back when you got to build a custom party. Design each of your party members to go along with Erdrick, who they didn't call him Erdrick, but he gets named Erdrick at the end, so I always call him Erdrick. Who you get to build your fighter, your tank, your healer, your priest. This game, all kinds of good shit, and it was a really good game. Had a town building mechanic in it. You could build a town. A lot of events that would affect the world around you, and to see that they're going to give this the remake trailer, which they've done before with these games, I'm excited. So let's play the trailer, and I want you guys take on this. So let's fire this up. And there we go.
The Demon Realm's groovy.
That is not it. That's an advertisement.
Every last dragon.
I feel nothing but anxiety.
I was all like, that doesn't seem like Dragon Age to me, but
I don't
mean, Dragon Quest.
No, this that's animation. Okay, here we go. That's classic. That's the original right there, man.
Will you get hit with the music?
Huh?
Will
no,
you
I
get hit
won't.
for the music?
I don't think so. I'll lower it a little bit. I don't think so. And if I do, I'll fight it. We're transition. I've been fighting claims lately, and I've been winning a couple of them, either because they let them go or it is transformative. But right there, let's go back 1 second. That's the original NES. Funny thing, when I got Dragon Quest 3, I was in high school, and NES had long since been relegated, but I still had mine. And I went into a Kroger, and they were still renting NES games. And they had Dragon Quest 3, which one at the time, it was the only of the 4 that had been released in localization that I hadn't played. Then it was Dragon Warrior. And I rented it, and I never returned it. I never returned it.
That's because they're like, what are we going to charge him for this? It's fucking like dusty old game.
Exactly. Now, I never finished it because my NES did eventually die. I was doing all kinds of little kid magic tricks to make this game work, and eventually it just didn't want to. I just got the pink screen, the blinking pink screen of death on your NES, and the game wouldn't load anymore. So I never finished it. But I did know what happened because back then Nintendo Power had shown you all the way to the end. So I was using my Nintendo Power as my guide because I didn't care back then. I was a kid. I didn't care about the challenge. But so this is the original right here. This is old school. It was great. And I'm hoping they're going to do the Dragon Quest theme. I hope they're going to do it. Oh, how's that for a transition? I miss sprites, dude. I miss sprites. Yeah. That looks really good right there, dude. That's nice. That is nice. Oh, wait a minute. So that was a previous remake. This is the new one.
That looks good.
That looks really good. This is another version of sprites that I'm okay with. This is Secret of Mana type of sprites.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's beautiful. Oh, I'm excited already. See, now there is a poll for this one.
His poll's up.
Poll's up. HD2D. Play the theme. Now you got your hero, you got Erdrick, you got a fighter, you got a wizard, and you got your priest. And they can all upgrade to advanced classes later on. That looks great, man. Oh. No, environments wise, Samuel, this feels like Suikoden environments wise, you know?
Yeah, a little bit.
Just as a frame of reference, where because this is the kind of stuff we were still getting in the PS1 era.
Right.
These kinds of beautiful.
This is a little bit more polished, but yeah.
Same concept though. Same concept. Now I don't think we're getting Akira Toriyama art here. Now this is classic Dragon Quest.
Yeah.
I love it. Face forward. It's a style that its traditional aspects don't get old. I'm okay with it. Completely okay with it. That's right. Use that fireball. Overworld map. Nice. That looks great. And I have very little memory of this game, honestly. Very little memory. So I will get this right now.
I never played any of this series, so this is kind of.
Oh man, if you want some good old school gaming, the entire Dragon Quest line, most of them are great. I would say like 85% of them are great. One is very bare bones. You just run around and gain levels and get pieces of armor and defeat the Dragon Lord. Dragon Quest 2 or Dragon Warrior 2 was take place a little bit down the timeline from the first game, and you are another hero. I think you're a descendant of the last hero, actually, and you've got a brother and sister who are your cousins who join you, and it's the first time in the series you get a party. And
wait. You have a brother and sister who are also your cousins?
No, they're the cousins. They're the brother and sister who are your cousins. God damn it. Don't make this dirty. But that was the first time I put a party into it. And I played the hell out of that one, but that was before I understood the art of grinding. And I got all the way to the final boss and I beat him. And then he transformed into a phase 2 and just demolished me. And I said, that's it. I give up. I don't know how to beat him. Because I didn't understand. Yeah, just go pack on another 10 levels, kid, and you'll be fine. So it kicked my ass. But Dragon Quest 2 is great. And this was the third one, which was a prequel, but we didn't care back then because it was still cool to tell this kind of adventure. And then 4 was it was a real full-on story with realized characters and different parts of the world where they all come together eventually. 4 is one of my favorite of all time. 5, I never played 5. I didn't play 6. 7, I didn't really like. That was the first PS1 Dragon Quest game. I didn't like it. Tales of Forgotten Time, I think it was called. I didn't finish that one because I wasn't enjoying it. Oh, you know why? Because I missed the final key and I couldn't open some doors. So that pissed me off. Then 8 was cool. And then 9 and 10. 10 was an MMO that wasn't released stateside, so I didn't play that. I forget what was up with 9. And 11 was really cool. I played 11, although I am pissed off that they had the definitive edition on the Switch where you got to marry the hot chick who wasn't your childhood friend, but Jade is awesome. We've shown her in the past on stream, and now we're waiting for 12. So, but they've been re-releasing these games forever on portable. But this looks like this is gonna be released console, and that's why I'm excited. But I think you'd have a good time with them because they're good old school retro games. And they're actual challenges. They're not roll over and hand you the game.
Yeah, I got into playing Dragon Quest late because, like I said, my first experience with freaking both Dragon Quest and kind of Final Fantasy was
late into the franchise.
Yeah, I didn't play them because I didn't know about grinding. So I played till I hit a wall, and it was just like such a surmountable thing. I was all like, where's the fun in this? I got to a point I just couldn't get past no matter what I did because I was just too young and didn't understand you got to grind. You got to build up your character. You got to make them stronger. You can't just progress through the story without, And so, yeah, I think it was 8. Is the 8 the first one on PS2? The kind of 3D one.
10 is the first one. Well, no, Dragon Quest 8. Yeah, Dragon Quest 8 was the first.
Yeah,
8 was the first one on PS2. Yeah,
I think that's the first one I played of Dragon Quest,
and that was the first one where Toriyama literally brought everything to life in the game. with his style, with art style. It was glorious.
It was really neat. I liked it. So.
And your character did go Super Saiyan in that. Every time he powered up, he did go Super Saiyan. His hair spiked like a Saiyan. But yeah, so now I'm disappointed they didn't play the Dragon Quest theme here. Dun 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 dun. That was off key. But I'm excited for this. Let's see if it's going to tell us where it's coming out on this, or if to go back to the article. But I'm excited for this because it's Square Enix doing exactly what they said we're going to do. We're going to give you the games we know you want, and we're going to give them to you not outside the scope of what you expect. This looks like a straight 1-for-1 of the original game. Dragon Quest III HD Remake, which will recreate the classic role-playing game in the graphic style of Octopath Traveler series, which is an homage to how they used to do stuff, now draws near as it's confirmed for a multi-platform title. It'll be for the PS5, Xbox, Switch, and PC via Steam. So, bam, I'm getting this for my PS5. Hands down. I'll probably look at this for a holiday purchase for myself if it comes out in the next few months, because I would stream this. I would totally stream this as a retro-esque game, because it's even though it's a remake, it's still a retro game. Yeah, and the Legend of Erdrick draws near. The post reads, while a short teaser video ends with the phrase "The legacy begins." Just Enix is close to revealing a proper look at the game. Perhaps we'll get a look during there is no E3 anymore, but they'll release at some point. Tokyo Game Show. I wouldn't be sorry if they drop it at Tokyo Game Show. Would not be surprised. But this is cool. I'm excited, and it's doing what Square Enix needs to do. Give us the good stuff. Work the properties you have. Don't try and rely on crap Western divisions to make shit nobody wants. Dragon Quest it's more beloved in Japan than Final Fantasy is. They have holidays for releases of these games, new chapters. When Dragon Quest 12 comes out, it'll be a national holiday. They're all going to take off work and school to buy the game, because people love this shit. And to me, releasing this is how you win points with your old school fan base. Something like this. Because that trailer, I saw love and care in that trailer. I saw, we're going to give you an experience you want. We're not going to make it over the top. We're going to harken back to what made these games fun and good. And we think you're going to enjoy this. And because it looks like they're not going to rewrite the whole thing. This is one of those cases where a remake, even though they're calling this remake, it's not a remake. They're not going to change the story. It's probably going to be a 1-for-1 of what happened in the original. So I would venture this is more of it falls closer in the category of remaster. It's just updated graphics, not updated gameplay. It's the same old menu. Choose attack, choose spell, turn-based attack. That's what it's going to be. It's not going to be anything like that. So this is, and look what they're doing. Multi-platform, no exclusivity. It's for everybody. I could get it on my Switch or my PS5. Of course, I'm getting on PS5 because it'll probably look better on the PS5 than it does on the Switch. Very simple like that. And I wouldn't be surprised.
Also, a reason to use your PS5.
I have plenty of reasons to use my PS5. I use it all the time. I used it yesterday. Okay, I'm using it right now. God
Is it
damn
paperweight?
I hate you right now. You're just dancing on my fun. Want me to feel bad about everything?
I don't actually want you to feel bad. I just I've not seen any reason to upgrade to a PS5. I'm still running a PS4.
I've been happy with my purchase ever since I got it. I have multiple games. I haven't even played them all yet. I've got several still on. I bought digitally. I haven't gotten to, just because I haven't had the scheduling to play private games. I've enjoyed the hell. I've enjoyed my PS5, and I use it for a Blu-ray player too. I mean, I watched Empire Strikes Back yesterday. So
well, it's Sam has a point. I mean, I think most of the games I've played on it are actually PS4 games that I played on it. So I do understand what he's saying. That yeah, it sucks that they aren't really making any games for it.
Listen. There's this entire generation has an asterisk next to it because of the pandemic. Everything got screwed up, and I just hope they don't try and drop a PS6 on us in the next 2 years.
Well, I think that's exactly what they're going to do. They're just going to say, "Fuck it." You know, people spent this ridiculous amount on this freaking system, and they're going to get what 3 games that they actually wanted to play on it before we move on to number 6. And
I mean, I've got let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I got another one on there. I got 7. I got 2 more on here. 7. Now I got some PS4 games on here as well that I've gotten, and there are at least 2 or 3 more coming out later this year. So I mean, I'm almost up to like 10 games now. That's a lot for me because I've never had big libraries in the first place. I don't. I buy mostly RPGs. Occasionally, I'll buy an action game, an adventure game. So for me, that's in line with how I've always had my library of games. I don't have walls of games like other people have. And if the console is catering to me and my tastes, then for me it is success. That's why when people are saying, "Oh, I don't have all these games of PS5," well, PS5's had the games that I want. Yes, have some of them had PS4 versions? Yes, but I've bought the PS5 version, so that counts to me as a PS5 game, and I've been completely happy and pleased with it. So
no, I'm glad you are, man. Like I don't begrudge you making a purchase especially if you feel like you're getting, a worthwhile value out of it. That I have no issue with that. I just personally have not seen any reason to upgrade because everything that I've wanted to play that would have been on PS5 is still on PS4.
Well, that's a very valid reason, and a lot of people are in your camp.
Well, the thing is they sold it so the way they sold it to you is not what we've gotten delivered. Like when they were selling when they first came up, put out the PS5 and like were advertising it, they promised about it, the graphics they were showing, they're all like, and it's just going to keep getting better and so much. And then, like I said, it's just, it's like they're promising this gorgeous woman and shit, and then Big Bertha shows up with a fucking tube top on, and you're like, that's not what I ordered.
The problem is when they were ramping up to start it, the pandemic hit. And they rushed it out early to try and beat the pandemic, and then the pandemic hit, in all its whatever you want to say about it. It fucked up everything, both console release and game release. So I remember when they premiered the shit, they were running the Miles Morales game as one of their premier games, and even then, I was also on the board on the pack of, what the fuck are you trying to sell me here? I don't want this game. I don't want any of these launch titles. Now I never buy shit on launch anyway. I never bought these. Go ahead.
It's a bit of a repeat of history. The same shit happened with the PS3 launch. They rushed it to get it out ahead of Xbox, and they had built in a PS2 system separately into the PS3, into the first generation, so it would be backwards compatible because of that whole coding thing that PS2 did. And then it turned out that it was chock full of bugs. It had 2 competing fucking separate CPUs in there working against each other. The DVD player tended to burn out, which caused the cascade failure in most cases with those first gens. And they didn't have fuck all for launch titles. They just wanted their platform on the market first. They wanted to beat Xbox to get it out there first, which they did do, but they delivered an overpriced, non-working, shoddy product. It wasn't until the 3rd or 4th generation that those were even fucking worth getting.
When did I get mine? I think I got mine at the end of 2009 into 2010. I got my PS3 right after Dragon Age Origins came out. It was a short while after it came out, and I still have it. It still works fine. Mine didn't suffer any of the problems.
Yeah, I have a 3rd generation one, which is not backwards compatible because they didn't. This was after they decided to abandon that whole project. But it still works to this day. And I think I picked that up. I picked that up in 2009.
Yeah, that's when I got mine. It was my Christmas present for that year with a couple games, and it was the bundle that came with the God of War 1 and 2. It was the God of War 1 and 2 bundle that I got with that one, and I got Dragon Age Origins, and I think I had one more game with it. And it was also my new Blu-ray player at the time. It was my first Blu-ray player, because the PS2 had just been a DVD player.
Yeah.
But what they made the mistake with that is they did the old Sega mistake with Nintendo. Sega always tried to rush out their console to get it out before Nintendo, and they either didn't have a library to support it, or like in this case, there were bugs and it wasn't a good system overall. Now that was the case of Sega. The Sega systems were actually good systems. They just had crap libraries, nothing to play. And problem is now Sony has so much baggage with everything right now. Is my personal belief is they need to stick with the PS5 a little bit longer and do a bunch of mea culpas, right their fucking ship like Square Enix is writing their ship, and make nice with the fans. Not listen, the Sony fanboys, I'm not talking about them. They're diehards. And while I am not a fanboy, of course, I will buy the next one because it's my console of choice and it serves a multimedia purpose for me. But there are a lot of people out there who are not on board with a Sony console right now because of Sony's behavior for the past couple of years. So if they try to launch a PS6 right now or even tease it in this environment, it's not going to sit well with people. They don't want to hear it.
No, it's going to fail miserably. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, stay away from this generation has at least 2 or 3 more years in it. Let it run its course. You got discount the first 2 years, discount 2021 and 2022 because of the botched launch that was out of their control. But people are first getting their hands on this stuff now. You need to deal with your shit about censoring. You need to deal with your shit about lying to people about PlayStation Network versus not having PlayStation Network, about with PC ports and stuff like that. You need to deal with that shit. You need to stop false advertising, and you need to allow the games to just be released and let people play them. You need to not be in the news and let that happen for another 2 or 3 years. And you know what? Let Xbox run out what's likely to be their final console ever. Let them run that shit out, because Xbox is already they're not even competing anymore. Don't try to beat out the Switch 2 or the Super Switch, whatever they're going to probably call that thing. I actually like the idea of saying Super Switch. I think it's an homage to the Super Nintendo. I think that would be a good idea for marketing brand. But don't try to compete with that, because Nintendo's not trying to compete with you. That's the thing. Nintendo's not trying to compete with Sony or Microsoft. They're just doing their Nintendo thing. So Sony essentially has the market to a certain part of the market all to itself if they can rehabilitate their image and just shut the fuck up and not piss anybody else off and just go dormant. Just let things happen and don't do anything. But putting out the PS6 right now in the next year or even in 26, that would be a bad idea. Bad idea. Because I'm not going to buy it at launch. Even if I had the money when the PS5 launched, I still wouldn't have bought it at launch, because I have never bought a console at launch, modern console. I don't count Genesis or Super Nintendo. One, because I didn't buy the Super Nintendo. And two, by the time I bought the Genesis, it had been out for almost a year at that point. But I have never bought a console at launch because, one, like Sam pointed out, there's always a problem with it, hardware-wise. There's always problems that are going to happen in the beginning, and they're going to get worked out by the second version. And two, as I said, I look for a limited library. I'm looking for a specific type of stuff. And right away, I know the open launch libraries never appeal to me. I'm still working on my library from the previous generation. So you're not going to sell me with whatever your launch library is. A year later, maybe 2 years later, I didn't get a PS4 till it was 2 years in. It was late 14, early 15.
I was a ways in
when I finally got my 4. Yeah. I finally got it. And I had to save for it too. I had to, do a little monetary magic at the time to make sure I had the money for it. It took months of just like putting a little aside here and there. And then boom, when I hit the mark, like, boop, there it is, I'm getting it. And I got it. And while it's the original case, it's now not the original hard drive, because the last year the hard drive finally ate itself last year. Literally ate itself, that I lost a bunch of stuff. But I wouldn't buy I obviously didn't buy PS5 at launch, and I'm not going to buy PS6 at launch. So Sony needs to be smart about this. I hope Devil's wrong. I really hope Devil's wrong that they're not going to try and get a PS6 out just to beat Microsoft, because you've already beaten Microsoft in terms of consoles. There is something, though. I mean, just to stay within this, and I want your opinion on this, since we are, some of us, Steam PC gamers to an extent around here. We tried to be anyway. Where is it? Here we go. This is a rumor. It's a rumor, but I don't like the idea that Microsoft is even sailing the prospect of buying Valve. I don't like this idea at all.
You know, they've gotten into the habit lately of buying smaller companies and then shutting them down too.
Yes, they have.
No, I'm not a Steam guy, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm
if
a
they pulled some
partial
shit
Steam
like that.
guy. I mean, I don't have a massive Steam library, but I do have games on Steam. So
yeah, I think I got that Party Animals game because Alf and Horror had invited me to a couple of streams, and I couldn't get that shit to work on my fucking computer anyway. So I was like, "Fuck it," and I just deleted Steam.
yeah, I mean, I just, to me, this would kill PC gaming. I think it would kill PC gaming because suddenly, I'm sorry, that's a monopoly right there, and that means Microsoft now owns everything. Just like people don't want Sony interfering with their games. This is the equivalent of PlayStation, in my opinion, Xbox equivalent of having a PlayStation Network to access games. Suddenly, you're likely to need a Microsoft whatever you would say, whether or not it's MSN or something else, to access all these games. Suddenly, Microsoft is getting every single game you own then on your Steam.
That's why Apple's been doing what it's been doing for since before Jobs kicked. Was, they were making everything completely incompatible with everyone else's shit, because they were like, no, you're gonna buy all our shit all the time. And as far as what Kel's saying about the antitrust and anti-monopoly laws, yes, it would be a violation of those things. Those are not enforced.
Never. They haven't been enforced in 30 years.
Yeah,
Disney,
it doesn't matter
Disney
if
right
they're
now.
violating
They've been
laws.
enforced. Yeah. Both Microsoft and Sony buying up smaller companies. They shouldn't have been allowed to do that for the past several years, but they were allowed. Microsoft buying Bethesda, Microsoft buying Activision. That shouldn't have been allowed. That is a monopoly. But the antitrust laws don't matter at all. They don't, because nobody cares. So this,
I mean, the
the
customers care, but nobody's actually going to be in a position to do anything about it.
Yeah,
gives a fuck.
Yeah,
probably because they're getting a little grease on the back end too.
Oh, you can still vote on the poll. It's still up. Go ahead. I haven't ended it yet. Go ahead and vote. Vote anyway, please. Torture me. Welcome, Setlick. Welcome, Setlick3.
I voted yes because I want to see Abs suffer.
Hey, listen. It's going to be. I guarantee. part of the stream, at least one of the first ones, was how much can I get through the Mass Effect trilogy in 24 hours?
Oh shit, dude, your eyeballs are going to be bleeding at the end of that.
That's one of it. Hey, I got part of it is going to be playing games. That's how I'm going to get through it. Not just reading freaking articles, playing games.
But in that case, are you doing the Legendary Edition bundle?
Yeah.
Okay, so in that case, I think that you should definitely do all the party DLC from fucking 3.
Oh, I did. I've already done that on stream. Yeah. I'll do it again. This will be like the third time I'm either recording or streaming Mass Effect for the channel, and I'd be doing it on this channel, not the gaming channel. It'll be since
some of that's so excruciating just to play. I can't imagine fucking streaming that shit.
I love the Citadel DLC on 3. It's just like a thank you letter. It's like, hey, let's have some fun with little characters. My favorite one is Grunt's one, where he's detailing his adventures on partying on the Citadel. I loved it. That one's so good. Makes me laugh every time. Yeah, that's part of it. I'll play Mass Effect Trilogy. I'll play other stuff. I'll take breaks. Discord will be open. People can come in. We can talk. You guys can harass me in periods of time. And I think Legata said it earlier. It would be on a Friday to a Saturday, and I'd probably maybe do it on maybe a weekend where Dermy's not going to do Ballbusters, or maybe Jed and I have decided to not do. Well, actually, driving could still happen. I would just have to get a 2-hour nap in before we do it. Otherwise, I'll be horrible. And it's not going to happen while we're doing Doctor Who Cares reviews. It's not going to happen while we're doing that because we got another 4 weeks of that still. 3 weeks, because there's a 2-episode finale on one day. Like I said, it's not going to be immediate. It's going to be in the future. I'll have to set it up and make sure there's enough interest. So either way, but yeah, this would be this equivalent. If this became a thing, I would want to see everybody that was yelling at Sony over the Helldivers thing and the Ghost of Tsushima stuff right now. I would want to see them be as angry about Microsoft wanting to do this with Steam, because it's the same thing from my perspective. It's the same thing. So I would want fair, equal anger to the bullshit. That's what I would want. Have the same outrage you had over Sony. Don't just be angry at Sony because you want to be angry at Sony. Be angry at Microsoft for trying to literally, if it's true, it's a rumor, to trying to literally make sure that they control every aspect of your PC gaming.
Well, that's they already do, man. Unless you're running a Mac or fucking Linux OS, Microsoft has its hooks in everything.
Yeah, I mean, I play 14 from the 14 app. I don't play it through Steam. I play the Apple version of 14. But everything else I have, PC gaming wise, I play it through Steam. It's all Steam. Now, most of its Apple versions run through Steam. But, I mean, I have my stuff that is Windows versions that I play on the partition side. But though they already do control. But then this would be official. And it would be just as sketchy as Sony trying to make you sign in with the PlayStation Network. That's just my opinion. You can disagree with me out there in internet land if you want to. But either way. So I just wanted to share that in conjunction with talking about what we were talking about there. All right. That's it. That's it. We're through all my topics. So unless you guys have anything else you want to toss out there, I feel good about closing out the stream. Almost at 3 hours.
No, I'm just gonna when we get off here, I'm just gonna go probably lube up with my Tears Over Devil. Gonna be gone for a couple of months and rub it out.
He doesn't know how to respond to that.
I don't.
It's like, are you coming on to me? I'm not sure. What are you doing? Anyway,
no, I miss you, buddy. That's all.
We'll miss you. We'll still be here when you come back. We will. It won't be the same without you. No. And just a reminder, because Devil's leaving, because Devil has always been kind and showing up when the show starts and become essentially the first co-pilot, the first co-host of this. Starting next week, unless somebody else steps in during a period of time, we will be starting an hour later for Mellow Monday, so that I don't have to basically eat up an hour by myself until Samuel is available around 10:30. So we'll be starting at 10 p.m. Eastern for the foreseeable future, unless somebody says to me, "Hey, I'll show up when we start," and you can bounce shit off of me, because that's part of the charm of the show. We're bouncing shit off each other. It's not just, this isn't meant to be me solo just hanging out with you guys. That's what Natural 20 is for. This is for us to sit down, hang out, and do nerd shit and have sometimes weird, interesting discussions about stuff. So for a while, 10 p.m. Unless otherwise you see me change the post on that, it'll be that. All right. So so let's wrap things up. Samuel, what's going on this week with you?
I don't have anything until Friday. Then we're back with Abyssal Musings and shit. And I guess that's it until Screaming Into the Void on Saturday. I didn't think about it. And right, back here next week for Mellow Mondays. And I would come sooner if I could. This isn't so much for Adam. We've already talked about it, but for the chat, it's like my work schedule usually doesn't allow me to be here at the scheduled time for the start. But today was a national holiday, so here we are. But this is a bit of a special case. So
yeah. So and I appreciate Samuel always showing up to hang out, and I have always appreciated Devil. So the first time he appeared, when I started putting it out there, I'm like, oh, it's Devil. Okay. And
shouldn't have said his name.
Devil is a mainstay of this show, and we love you for it, Devil. And we are going to miss you. In all seriousness, we're going to miss you while you're gone. And when you come back, we'll be happy to have you back. So you take it easy out there. Don't abuse yourself too much, since you don't have to.
Don't rub it raw.
Yeah,
I'll try.
You're all right out there. And when you come back, it'll be great. Deb, you want to say anything else in farewell?
Yeah, check out Paul's show tomorrow. That's gonna be my last one. Power Couch. And then yeah, I will I'll miss everybody, even the chat.
Okay.
And I'll see everyone after a while.
All right. As for myself, rest of the week, news-wise, things have been a little wonky on things I can cover, so I will probably harvest this stream a little bit for at least one video tomorrow. We'll see what else happens throughout Tuesday. Wednesday, Natural 20. We'll see what happens with that, whether or not I can cobble together a show by then. Thursday and Friday, probably nothing much. We're gearing up for Acolyte. That's what I'm getting ready. We're a week away from Acolyte now. Next Tuesday is Acolyte, so that's going to happen here. Ballbusters, 11 p.m. on Friday. Saturday night drive-in this week. Jed and I are watching The King's Speech. I have never seen it, so you'll get a hot take from that one. And then on Thursday, there is Thursday show. I forgot. Thursday is Anime Odyssey. Dermy and I will be going over Record of Ragnarok, something else I haven't seen before. So you'll get a fresh take on that as well. It's only Dermy and me this week. We couldn't wrangle a guest. And then I already have I'm going to give Derby a choice of two options for what I'm going to choose for June. Actually, no, wait, we might not have a June Anime Odyssey. Dermy said he's going to have a schedule conflict. We'll work that out. We'll let you know. Then, like I said, drive-in, 6 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Jed, Dermy, and I, Doctor Who Cares reviews. We are roasting the hell out of that and happily shitting on it because it's crap. Then I'll be around for Saturday Chatter playing 14. Then Sunday Roundtable, 2 p.m. Eastern. We'll go over the week's events and then more gaming probably later that night. And then next week we'll start all over again here with Mellow Mondays. I want to thank Samuel for being here. Thank Devil for being here. Thank you, the chat. We love you. We appreciate you. And the results of the poll are 71% to 28% want a 24-hour stream. I'll keep asking the question. I'll ask it again on Roundtable next week, which is considerably a larger audience. More people show up for that one, so we'll get another feel for that. But so far, first outing, you guys want me to go 24 hours doing shit. So we thank you guys for being here. We're here to entertain you. I do not get to. I don't. This channel doesn't exist without you guys. Damn it! Didn't mean to do that. I was trying to get to the outro, and I clicked on that. I'm going with my left hand, so it's kind of in the wrong position. No, Dermy was not
your
about
right hand doing.
Over here. It's making the poll. I told you I just took the poll down. Okay. Anyway, but we thank you, chat. We love you. Hit the like button. Links in the description below for everybody else. And we will see you guys next time. Until then, take it easy. Have a good night or day wherever you may be. And happy Memorial Day for another 13 minutes here on the East Coast.
Yeah.